The hottest hitter in the universe is an Oakland baller. Dylan Tatum had yet another two-homer game last night and drove in a franchise record 10 runs. He's back in the lineup tonight and hoping to guide the Ballers to a fourth straight win. Good evening and welcome to Memorial Stadium in Boise, Idaho, as the Oakland Ballers visit the Boise Hawks for the fifth of a six-game series. I'm Nevada Cullen, and you're listening to Oakland Baseball on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. Ballers are going for 4 in a row tonight. They've won the last 3 against the Boise Hawks. Last night, a 15-6 win for Oakland, in which Dylan Tatum had an RBI single in the first inning, a 3-run homer in the third, a walk, then a 2-run double in the 8th inning, then a grand slam in the 9th. All that equated to a 4-for-4 night with 2 homers and 10 RBI, the most productive night in Oakland Ballers history. Dylan Tatum had 10 RBI, and Gabe Tanner had his first pro start, going 5, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 were earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So, with that being said, this Oakland team has won has played 7 games in a row in which they've scored at least 10 runs. One was a loss. The rest, they have been victorious. They beat Glacier 10-6 twice, and then 15-3 to finish that series at home at Raimondi. Lost game 1 here 14-13, and then they've just continued to score in bunches. 17 runs on Wednesday and then 15 runs the past 2 nights. Ballers and Hawks did a pregame home run derby before this game, and it was the Hawks who won with a pitcher, Cam Dayton, who won the swing-off against Ryan Pierce. I'll tell you more about that derby as the game gets later, but home run derby, while it's fun for the fans, it's a lot for everyone else involved, the players and myself. Safe to say I will probably not be going on the field for any more pregame home run derbies. That was, if there was anyone tuned in on Instagram watching said home run derby, I do apologize for the stream cutting out. But anyways, players are still warming up on the field because of this pregame home run derby. Safe to say the teams will not care for this. And because they're still warming up, we're still quite a bit of ways away from first pitch, so we're going to take a break here on the pregame show. We'll go over the lineups. We'll have the anthem, and we'll have first pitch when you return on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to the pregame show. Haven't been able to say that yet this season because of the pregame home run derby. I know what you're thinking. This game is being pushed back even further than it's anticipated. 7:15 local time start, 6:15 in the Bay, 9:15 if you're on the East Coast. If you're Stephen Butts, Grandpa Stephen checking in on YouTube. Thanks for checking in. And again, apologies to everyone who's tuned in at this point, hoping to hear for the first pitch. We're not even ready for the anthem yet, as that pregame home run derby really needs to be held sooner because, man, it was it started at 6:40, and then it dragged on because nobody could hit. I'm going to get it out of the way now. Here's what happened in the home run derby. The Ballers went with Pat Monteith in the first round. Boise went with Cameron Dayton, a pitcher, and Pat hit, I think it was 3 home runs, and then Dayton hit 4 plus the gold ball, so 6 total points for Dayton. So Dayton won round 1. Then it was Bryson Vaughn, the two-way player, who hit like 1 or 2 for Boise. Meanwhile, Ryan Pierce hit 8 home runs, so nice job by Ryan Pierce. But then Pierce couldn't hit one in the first or second or third swing off. And Boise had Dayton, who could not hit one in the first or second, and then got a home run in the third swing off. So, as a result, Boise wins the pregame home run derby. I'm honestly kind of glad to have it out of the way before the game. On the other hand, I kind of wish that we weren't starting so late, especially how the games have gone this series. Boise is now 1-2. They win the home run derby for the first time this season as Oakland falls to 1-2 in the derby. It's a little experiment put on by the league. It's all right. It needs some work. Yeah, it's oh boy, man. All right, I think I've caught my breath. I think it's time to focus on a baseball game, don't you all think? Let's get to the lineups now. First for the visiting Oakland Ballers, led by Aaron Miles in his second year. Ballers 24-10 on the season. Tremaine Cobb Jr. is the shortstop leading off. Isai Santos, the right fielder, hits second. Davis Druick, center fielder, bats third. Daniel Harris, the fourth, second baseman, cleans up. Christian Almanza is the first baseman, batting fifth. Cam Buford, third baseman, hits sixth. Lou Helmick is the left fielder, batting seventh. Dylan Tatum, DH, bats eighth. And Tyler Lozano, the catcher, bats ninth. The pitcher for Oakland is Noah Milliken. Now for the Boise Hawks, 20-14. Cash Beecham is their manager in his first year. Noah Marcello, the center fielder, leads it off. Joey Califoot, the DH, bats second. Taylor Darden, shortstop, bats third. Max Young-Goldberg, the second baseman, cleans up. Jeremiah Bagora, first baseman, hits fifth. J.C. Santini is the catcher, hitting sixth. Ethan Underwood, the third baseman, hits seventh. Jake Jelly, left fielder, hits eighth. And Jalen Lee, the right fielder, bats ninth. Jacob Hughes is their starter. We'll tell you more about Jacob Hughes after the anthem. But it is just about time for the singing of the anthem here from Memorial Stadium. And actually, it looks like we've still got the pregame hype video to go. So, man, we're still – oh, this is a drag. This is a lot. Man. All right. So we'll tell you about Hughes now, I guess. Hughes, the starter, 22-year-old, born in Anchorage, Alaska. His family moved to Idaho. He went to Rocky Mountain High School in nearby Meridian. Hughes, the former number 3 recruit in Idaho by Perfect Game. Played at Loyola Marymount. Pitched there this year, 8 ERA, 1-3 record, 17 games, 6 starts, 27 innings, 24 hits, 36 walks, 29 strikeouts. So watch that walk total. It's been better this season, 2.25 ERA through, he has just made one appearance. It was a start on Saturday at Great Falls in an 8-4 win. He went 4, 2 hits, 2 runs, an earned run, and 8 strikeouts. Now, he did walk 3. So is he able to get the strikeouts today against a better Oakland offense? Is he able to keep the walks down? We shall see. Boise's going to take the field now. Defense behind Hughes today will be in left field, Jelly, in center field, Marcello, and in right field, Lee. In the infield from first to third, Bagora, Young-Goldberg, Darden, and Underwood, with Santini doing the catching. And Jacob Hughes, the righty on the hill. I even have time to take you through the uniforms before the anthem here in Boise. Oakland going with the road green uniforms with that Bart logo on the right sleeve. The Baller green uniforms with Ballers in gold print in all caps across the chest. Oakland in white across the back with gold numbers. And then green caps for Oakland tonight with the white Bees logo. Gray pants to pair with the green jerseys and the dark green socks. As for the Boise Hawks, I think this is maybe the Blue Cross of Idaho or some sort of hospital that sponsors the jerseys. They're white jerseys mainly with some sort of wave on them. It almost looks like a tidal wave crashing onto one side of the jersey with some small waves in the back. Those also might be mountains. I'm not sure. Either way, all white uniforms with a splash of teal, if you will, for Boise with black numbers. And we're ready for the anthem finally here from Boise. Let's turn it up and listen to the singing of the national anthem here at Memorial Stadium. Another beautiful singing of the Star-Spangled Banner here from Memorial Stadium in Boise. Again, to recap, the Ballers, Cobb, Santos, Druick, Harris, Almanza, Buford, Helmick, Tatum, Lozano. Hughes is the pitcher, making his second pro start. Right-handed thrower, 22 years old, out of Loyola Marymount. And the defense behind him, Jelly, Marcello, and Lee from left to right in the outfield. Right to left in the infield, Begora, Young, Goldberg, Darden, and Underwood. Santini doing the catching for the righty, Hughes. Ballers with the green uniforms, gray pants, green socks, green helmets for some, and white uniforms with a splash of blue for Boise on the jersey, and blue caps. We're just about ready finally for action, much later than anticipated. And hopefully, oh man, I fear the worst tonight with how late these games have already gone and the fact that we're starting this late. We're already almost 20 minutes past what the normal first pitch time would be. The proposed first pitch time tonight was 7:15. I found out today, so apologies if I would have known it was going to start later. I would have warned y'all ahead of time, but late heads up. But let's focus on the positives here. Oakland is second in the Pioneer League and looking to keep pace. And an early score update from Grand Junction. The Jackalopes beating Idaho Falls in game 1 there today. They're playing 2, 18-5, which is crucial because the Idaho Falls Chuckers are just a game back of Oakland and had a chance with 2 wins tonight to really close in on the Ballers' spot in second place. That play ball kid just screamed into the mic. My goodness. Anyways, Ballers are in second. Boise are in sixth and falling fast with 3 straight losses after 8 straight wins. So can the Ballers keep it rolling tonight? Can Dylan Tatum keep it rolling? He is on the tear of his life with 26 RBI and 8 homers in his last 5 games. Cobb the righty against Hughes the righty. We're ready for action here from Boise. The first pitch of the evening is a called strike at 7:24 local time. That is 6:24 back in the Bay. Pre-game home run derby, wasting 19 minutes of my time. 0-1 toss to Cobb. Swung on a miss, nothing in 2. Hughes trying to do the impossible here as Trey Cobb on a 5-game hit streak has started all 4 games of the series up till now with a leadoff hit. That was 92, so good speed from Hughes. See if he goes back to the heater here. Pitch. High, way upstairs at 92. 3 fastballs to start his day. See if he goes off speed now with a 1-2 count on Cobb, the Baller's leadoff man. Top of the first inning. 1-2 toss. Foul back. He went fastball again above the zone. Cobb got his back to it. Cobb 1 for 4 last night in the Ballers' 15-6 win. That single came in the first inning. Another 1-2 from the wind. Hughes. Another foul ball. Keeps going fastball high. And Cobb's just keeps swinging. So I guess if you're Hughes, Cobb's not exactly barreling it up. He's just fouling it off. So there's no reason for him to throw anything else. Another 1-2 toss. Bends in too high. He finally went with what looked to be a breaking ball, but it was not well executed. Left up, and it's 2-2 with no one out. Cobb leading off the game for Oakland against Boise. 2-2 count. Close stance righty Cobb. Swats a pitch foul. Got another off-speed delivery. A lot of pitches above the zone so far from Hughes. That one would have been a called strike probably at the top of the zone. Cobb calls time after fouling off 3 of the last 4 pitches. 23-year-old from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, hitting .338, second on the team with 47 hits. Hughes, the righty, making his second pro start. Comes from the wind and strikes out Cobb. Went with the fastball on the inside corner. Brings up Isai Santos. Santos, a right fielder today for Oakland. He's on a 4-game hit streak. 2 for 8 in the series, 1 for 4 yesterday with a walk. He bats with 1 out. The base is empty in the top of the first. For the first time all series, Cobb retired to start the game. First pitch swatted center field, high in the sky for Marcello, who has to drift back, then comes in. Wind knocks it down for out number 2. 2 down as Santos flies out to medium deep center field. Brings up Davis Druick. Ballers have scored in the first inning in 3 of 4 games in this series. They did not score in the first in their 15-2 win on Thursday. Druick, left-handed hitter, stands in against the righty Hughes. 2 out, space is empty. Top of the first, 0-0 between Oakland and Boise. First pitch. Druick takes a high strike call at 92. That one was not a strike, north of the zone. Should have been ball 1. Druick, 0 for 5 last night, although one of them could have been called a single. It was ruled an error instead. He reached on a fly ball into left field that the left fielder couldn't see. Druick rips it foul, right field, 0-2. Got an inside pitch there, Druick, the fastball, and was early. 355 hitter, most strikeouts on the team with 37, and he's down in the count here. 0-2. Pitch. Druick takes, strike, nope, ball 1. It's called a ball. It's going to be overturned to a strike. That was a pretty bad call by the home plate umpire. And that is overturned. It is strike 3, and Druick is down looking. 2 looking strikeouts in the inning for Hughes. Here in the bottom of the first. Going to the bottom of the first, it's Oakland 0. Boise Hawks coming up when you return on 860 AM The Answer. Bottom of the first, no score, Oakland and Boise. Noah Milliken gets his 3rd Pros start. He will face the Boise lineup of Marcello, Califoot, Darden, Young Goldberg, Bagora, Santini, Underwood, Jelly, Lee. Milliken, right-handed pitcher for Oakland, 22 years old from Berkeley, California. 2 starts so far in his pro career. He's only gone 8 1/3, but he has a 2.16 ERA, 9 hits allowed and just 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts for the righty. Milliken, Saturday against Glacier, his second pro start, went 4 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Did give up a homer and threw 91 pitches. So it'll be about efficiency today for Milliken. Can he pitch deep into this ball game? That remains to be seen. Defense behind him, left to right in the outfield, Helmick, Druick, and Santos. Infield first to third, Almanza, Harris, Cobb, and Buford. Catcher is Lozano, Milliken the pitcher. His first of the day to Marcello is outside, 1-0. Same defense, actually, as yesterday's game for Oakland. Rarely do you see the ballers keep the same starting 9. But the lineup is exactly the same with Tatum as the DH today. 1-0 is a strike, 1-1. Marcello, the Pioneer League hitter of the week on a 26-game hit streak after his Thursday 0-4 was changed late to a 1-4 performance. Marcello hits it to third, 1 high hop for Buford, who settles, throws to first high. Almanza makes a nice play to catch it and drag his foot across the bag. 1 away. So Marcello grounds out, brings up Califoot with 1 out. Base is empty in the bottom of the first. Califoot in the series, 3 for 13, 1 for 4 with a run scored and a walk on Friday. Califoot, left-handed hitter. First pitch to him is high and tight for a strike at 90 miles an hour. 0-1. Califoot, 24-year-old from Columbus, Wisconsin, 31 games played, 284 hitter. Next for Milliken is popped up foul out of play left side. 7 doubles, 2 homers this year for Califoot. Had 2 doubles Tuesday in the opener of this series. Boise led in that game 9-4, blew the lead, and then came back and walked it off 14-13. 0-2 is next for Milliken. Inside, 1-2. Went with the fastball at 90 and brushed him back a bit. Califoot, third-year pro and a two-way player. Made his first pitching appearance of the year Thursday. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. He's not really pitching for Boise. 1 appearance last year on the mound, 1 so far this year. But at Edgewood College, he was a two-way player. 2-2 for Milliken. Grounded to shortstop. Fielded by Cobb. His throw to first is a perfect throw for out number 2. Brings up Taylor Darden, the shortstop for the Hawks, with 2 outs and the base is empty in the bottom of the first. No score between Oakland and Boise. Darden last night had a very good performance. 2 for 5, 2 RBI, a double and a homer. Has driven in 5 this series, and on the season his 43 RBI ranks 6th in the Pioneer League. Right-handed hitter against the righty Milliken. First pitch in for a strike inside corner at 91. Have to appreciate the strikes so far thrown by Milliken. He's been painting the corners, mostly inside on the righties and outside on the lefty Califoot. Now a ball at the bottom of the zone, challenged. That's Boise's second challenge. This is it seems to be an issue with Boise that they're challenging a bit too early, and that one's confirmed a strike, so it's 0-2. So Califoot burns Boise's second challenge. They've got 2 challenges left. I think I said Califoot. Darden, the batter, in an 0-2 count. 2 outs, base is empty. No score in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch, swing, and a miss, strike 3. Outside with the fastball for Milliken, and he blows it by Darden for out number 3. No score after 1. Both pitchers throw 1, 2, 3 first innings, and we go to the second here on 860 AM The Answer. Top of the second inning here from Boise. 0-0 between the Ballers and the Hawks. I'm Nevada Cullen. Vince is back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. For those of you who have been had your radio dials turned since, what is it? What would it be? 6 Pacific, 6-pack time, since 7 local time here in Boise. I do offer my sincerest apology for the buffoonery that is holding a pregame home run derby just 25 minutes before first pitch. It needs a little bit more time than that because, man, did it push first pitch back in this game. Danny Harris will lead it off for Oakland here in the top of the second. No score. Ballers, by the way, lost the home run derby if you're just tuning in, but Harris fouls one back, 0-1. There's still 10 more home run derbies to go, so Oakland will win a few more and lose a few more. I don't really think they care. It doesn't really matter. You get a cash prize as a team if you win the most home run derbies, but other than that, this team wants to win a championship, not win the home run derby title. 0-1. Harris takes high, 1-1. Danny's on a 16-game hit streak, had a double in last night's game. 414 hitter over this 16-game hit streak. Looking to lead off the second with the first hit of the ball game. Pops it up, right side, out of play. 25-year-old from Stone Mountain, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Former Colorado Rocky, played in their minor league system in 2023 after finishing his collegiate career at Kentucky. Played his first 4 years at Eastern Kentucky. Right-handed batter facing the righty Hughes, who struck out 2 in the first. And Harris swings and misses at a nasty breaking ball. Is that a changeup? It was a changeup, actually, from the righty Hughes. Good off-speed pitch either way. Third strikeout for Hughes, 1 out here in the top of the second. And Oakland probably needs to be a bit more patient with Hughes. He is peppering the zone, though, so even though his collegiate statistics show some command issues, hasn't shown that yet at the pro level. 1 out, bases empty for Almanza. No score in the top of the second inning. Almanza on a 5-game hit streak. First pitch. Bottom of the zone for a strike. 0-1. Almanza 1 for 4 with 3 runs scored yesterday. 0-1 is next to Almanza from Hughes. And it's at the top of the zone for a strike. Inside pitch, 0-2. Good pitch mix so far. Rotating between fastball and changeup, Hughes. Don't think he's thrown much in by way of the breaking ball, but maybe he goes with it here. Almanza strokes it into center field. That was the changeup left up, and it's the first hit of the game for either side. Almanza extends his hit streak to 6 games. 100 miles an hour off the bat. Blasted past second and into center. Brings up Cam Buford. Ballers looking to score first in this game, as they have in each game so far of this series. They had a slow start on Thursday, but they won 15-2. They scored just 1 in the second inning, none in the first that day. See what they can do here in the second inning of Game 5 of the series. Cam Buford takes a strike, outside corner, 0-1. No score, top of the second, 1 out, Almanza at first base. Ballers lead the series 3-1. Lost game 1. They've won 3 straight. Hughes, the righty, working from the stretch for the first time. Delivers. High, 1-1. Buford, 3-game hit streak in this series. 5 for 12. With 8 runs, 9 RBI, a triple, and a homer. His homer came in the first inning yesterday. Batting in the second inning here in Game 5. A throw to first. Good move from Hughes. Quick to first base, but Almanza's back sliding safely. Buford up to 29 RBI after driving in 3 yesterday. Got his 5th homer of the year. Righty batter against the righty pitcher, Hughes. Buford takes bottom of the zone strike. That just clipped the low inside corner. Nice location there from Hughes. Went with the the fastball. 91 on the black. Buford behind in the count. See if Hughes breaks out that breaking ball that he got to strike out Harris. It looks like he threw an off-speed pitch there. It was the change-up, I think, high. It's 2-2. Actually, you know what? I think that was a knuckleball. That might have been. Only spin rate of shy of 1,100 RPMs. I wonder. 2. Buford check swing. It was in the zone. Good thing his bat touched it. 78 miles an hour, that pitch. 712 RPMs. I think that might have been another knuckleball. So it's still 2-2 on Buford after back-to-back pitches with relatively no spin. The 2-2 from Hughes. Swung on, fouled back, went to the fastball way above the zone and got the chase from Buford, who stays alive. A sub 800 RPM pitch a pitch ago, which looked to be a knuckleball. That would explain the walk problems. Sometimes with knuckleballs, you don't know where it's going. 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. Buford checks his swing. That's ball 3. Catcher pump fakes. And safe at second is Almanza. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. That should have been called a strike at the bottom of the zone. Another missed call by the home plate umpire. This one against Boise. Almanza takes second. That is his 3rd stolen base of the year. Santini's hesitation, I think, was he thought it was strike 3. It probably should have been. Instead, it's 3-2 on Buford. And he bounces it slowly, left side. Underwood charging. Fields, no throw. Infield hit for Cam Buford as Almanza gets to 3rd. That was a high pitch. That was, again, another what I would call knuckleball from Hughes. Above the zone, and Buford just got a piece. Hit it so weakly that Underwood had no chance to throw him out. Buford's hit streak is 4, and there are 2 on. Men at the corners for Lou Helmick, who's hitting .406 this season with runners in scoring position. He's 13 for 32, the 3rd best mark on the team. No score in the top of the 2nd inning here from Boise. Runners at the corners for Helmick with 1 out. 1 for 3 yesterday. First pitch to the lefty from the righty Hughes. Runner goes from first. A half swing from Helmick. He went, and that's another stolen base. Buford takes second without a throw. Buford with his 10th stolen base. That's second on the team. 2 in scoring position now for Lou Helmick, who offered at a changeup there low and in. Helmick with 22 RBI, 4 on Wednesday. Infield shaded in against the lefty. See if the righty Hughes goes with another knuckleball. He spins and throws towards second to avoid a balk. He threw to dart in the shortstop. Buford just walked back to the bag. Buford is at second base. Almanza is the runner at 3rd. Oakland trying to score first here in the top of the 2nd with Lou Helmick at the dish. 0-1 to Lou. Helmick takes way upstairs with a fastball, 1-1. And the last thing that Hughes wants to do is walk Helmick because Dylan Tatum is on deck. So Lou knows he's going to see something to hit here. 1-1 pitch. Helmick swings and lifts it. Shallow left center field. This looks like it'll be caught. It is Marcello who makes the catch. Tagging from 3rd is Almanza. The throw is a good one, and the tag is dropped. Almanza is safe. He would have been safe either way on the sac fly by Helmick. His 23rd RBI of the year, his first sac fly for Oakland, puts the Ballers ahead 1-0 in the 2nd. Now, do they even pitch to Dylan Tatum here? RBI for Helmick. Buford at second. First base is open with 2 outs, and Tatum yesterday drove in 10 runs. It's early in this game, but at the very least, you'd have to imagine Boise's going to pitch around Dylan Tatum, whose last 5 games he has been on a tear unlike maybe any hitter in baseball history. First pitch. Tatum takes outside 1-0. That again looked like the knuckleball. Tatum, over his last 5 games, has 4 two-homer games. He's driven at least 5 runs in 4 of those games. 26 RBI and 8 homers in his last 5 games. 1-0 pitch. Tatum takes high, 2-0. They're pitching around him a bit. Last 2 pitches were close to, but not in the zone. Actually, pitch number 1, I can't really find it. Yeah, that was actually in the zone, and now they will intentionally walk Tatum. That's another intentional walk. For some reason, Tatum was not intentionally walked yesterday with runners at second and third, and I think was 2 outs. So intentional walk brings up Tyler Lozano with 2 on. Lozano, who struggles against righties compared to lefties, trying to extend this inning with a base hit and maybe drive in 1 or 2. Lozano fouls it off. Got a high fastball there at 93. Hughes with a strange pitch mix, that's for sure. We've seen fastball, changeup, breaking ball, and what I assume to be knuckleball. 2 on with 2 outs for Tilo. Lozano batting with the Ballers leading 1-0 in the top of the second. 0-1. Lozano takes low and away. That was the fastball. Lozano on a 3-game hit streak. Had an RBI yesterday. Also threw out Noah Marcello on the bases, who's the league leader in stolen bases. Trying to steal third, and Tilo said, not today. 1-1. Lozano takes high and tight. The fastball missed its 2-1. An intentional walk in this inning, but we haven't seen a walk yet from Hughes. A walk here loads the bases for Tremaine Cobb Jr. See what he goes with here. Hughes, righty-righty battle. Lozano rips it to short. That is into Darden, and he throws to second for the sure thing to get Tatum. It's a 6-4 putout as the inning ends on a fielder's choice. Ballers score first on the RBI sac fly by Lou Helmick. It's 1-0 Oakland over Boise. We head to the home second on 860 AM The Answer. A Lou Helmick sac fly gives the Ballers an early 1-0 lead for Noah Milliken here in the bottom of the second. Retired the side in order in the first. He'd love to do so here in the bottom of the second. Today is June 28th, 2025. Well, what happened this day in Oakland baseball history back in 1987? That's a great question. How about I tell you? On this day in Oakland baseball history, in a 7-game day, American League batters combined to hit a record 28 home runs. The A's contributed 5 round-trippers to the new mark when Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco, the Bash brothers, both went deep twice, and teammate Reggie Jackson added another in the team's 10-0 rout of Cleveland. First pitch at Jung Goldberg is high and in, 1-0. We're underway in the bottom of the second, 1-0 Ballers lead. There was something also significant about that game for McGwire himself. Rookie first baseman at the time, Mark McGwire, in '87. Pitch on the inside to Jung Goldberg. It's 1-1. That was a strike. One day after hitting 3 homers in Oakland's 13-3 rout of Cleveland, McGwire hit 2 more in that game, 10-0 a year ago today. Blasted to right center field. Santos giving chase and tracks it down. Jung Goldberg hit that one very sharply. He got a high fastball and just hit it off the end of the bat, maybe. It's a fly out. 1 down. bottom of the second. 1-0 Oakland leads here on June 28th, 2025. Back in 1987 on this day, McGuire hit 2 more homers after hitting 3 the day before. Mark McGuire tied the major league record of 5 homers in 2 games. First pitch to Jeremiah Begor is a strike, 0-1. McGuire's 9 runs in those 2 games also tied an American League record set in 1937, and that was this day in Oakland baseball history. Begora hits one to short, couple hops for Cobb. His throw on the money, 2 away. So far, so good for Noah Milliken, 5 up, 5 down. Next, he'll face J.C. Santini. Santini, the catcher again. Still have only seen former Waller Colton Horner once in this series. I hope to see him on Sunday play. Although, I don't know, he did really well against the Ballers. Santini's had a decent series, 1 for 4 with an RBI double yesterday. Rips one foul to the screen, 0-1. Santini also 2 for 4 with an RBI double Thursday. Back-to-back games with a ribby 2-bagger for the 26-year-old from near Sacramento, Roseville to be exact. 0-1 is the count on Santini, who calls time and steps back in from the right side, eventually. Readjust the helmet. Milliken, tall right-hander, set at the belt. Works from the stretch. And fires in a strike. No, whoa, that was just low, all right. Good job by Tyler Lozano, though. I definitely thought it was a strike, but Lozano smartly did not challenge. It's too early and not the count to do it. Not on 0-1. But that is ripped into right center by Santini. He has Boise's first hit of the game. And he's got a 3-game hit streak. J.C. Santini with the line drive single past Harris at second and into right. Puts a man on for Boise's Ethan Underwood. I think there was only one change in this Boise lineup from last night, and it's Underwood hitting in front of Jelly instead of the other way around. He is a lefty. And Milliken, a righty, misses outside, 1-0. 1-0 lead for Oakland, bottom of the second, 2 outs. Runner at first is Santini. Underwood, a left-handed hitter on a 6-game hit streak with 19 RBI on the year. Ackworth, Georgia native. Milliken from the stretch comes home. Swing and a miss. Late was Underwood on the 91-mile-an-hour heater on the outside half. Underwood hitting .291 this year. First-year pro, from what I have gleaned. Rips one foul, 1-2. Signed a contract with Boise in 2024, but didn't play. Signed by Missoula this season, but did not make the team. Ends up back with Boise. And Underwood has proved that he deserves a spot. 1-2 from Milliken to the lefty. Hit sharply over the third base bag, fair. This will maybe play to run. Coming to third is Santini. He'll stop there as Druick fires it into the cutoff man Buford. It's a 2-out double for Ethan Underwood, and Boise's in business with 2 outs, though, in the bottom of the second. Jake Jelly is next. Righty-righty battle here with 2 outs and 2 in scoring position. Second and third with 2 outs for Jelly. 1-0 Boise trails bottom of the second. Milliken trying to get out of the jam after back-to-back hits with 2 outs. Double just rolled over the third base bag by Underwood. Has him at second and Santini now at third. Jelly, 1 for 4 last night. Big game was Tuesday, had 3 hits. And he hits it to third. Buford gloves, chest high, throw to first, just in time for out number 3. So Milliken allows a little 2-out rally, but then quickly puts it to bed. 2 hits in the inning and 2 left in scoring position for Boise. It's still 1-0 Oakland. We go to the third on 860 AM The Answer. Hey, hey. Top of the third. Ballers up 1-0. Looking for their fourth straight win. I'm Nevada Cullen with Vince back in our 860 AM The Answer studio. Thank you for tuning in on your Saturday night. Ballers leading 1-0. Top of the order due up, Tremaine Cobb Jr. Ballers retired in order in the first, but in the second, got a couple hits. Almanza and Buford had them. The line drive by Almanza into center, and then the infield hit dribbled past the pitcher's mound by Buford. And then Lou Helmick had a sac fly to get the Ballers on the board first for the fifth time in 5 games here in Boise. Righty pitcher Hughes in his second pro start, facing Tremaine Cobb Jr. First pitch, high, ball 1. Hughes, 22-year-old, born in Anchorage, Alaska, then moved to Meridian, Idaho. He went to Rocky Mountain High School, which is close by. Was the number 3 recruit in Idaho by perfect game coming out of high school. Cobb takes outside, 2-0. Then played 2 years at Loyola Marymount to finish his collegiate career. Not fantastic there. Became a spot starter his final year. Only threw 27 innings in 2025. Cobb cut and a miss at the high fastball, 2-1. The walk's very high against him, but the strikeouts were there as well. And really what the pitch that he's shown that's been the most mind-boggling is the apparent knuckleball. 2-1 pitch. Cobb swats it, right field, curling away from Lee. It is down. This is extra bases. This is a ground rule double for Tremaine Cobb Jr. One high hop off of the clay and then over the short fence in right field down the line. That bounced over into foul territory, but it landed fair. And Tremaine Cobb Jr. extends his hit streak to 6 games. That is his 9th double of the year. He took a fastball that was upstairs and just swatted it to right field. I mean, that was at the eyeballs. Isai Santos was first pitch swinging last time. What can he do here? First pitch, a strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Ballers lead 1-0, top of the third, runner at second, no one out. Hughes spent 2 seasons at Oregon before playing at Loyola Marymount. He actually wrapped his final season on May 23rd, which is just over a month ago. 0-1. Santos breaks his bat, rolls it to first. Bagora fields, throws to first to the covering Hughes for out number 1. It's a productive out, though, for Isai as he breaks the bat and moves Cobb over to third. In Jacob Hughes' final start, or final appearance at least, I think it was a start because he was pitching in the 3rd inning when Ryan Pierce, who is a bench bat for Oakland today, took him deep with a solo shot to right center field in the 3rd inning of that game. So be interesting if Hughes is still pitching late in this game, if Pierce gets an at bat maybe. Druick at the plate. Takes the first pitch strike. Breaking ball in there. High looping curveball on the inner edge. 0-1. Big pitch mix for Hughes. This is what you want from a starter. 1-0 Oakland leads with a runner on third in the top of the third. 1 out. It's Cobb at third base. Pitch to Druick. He swung on and missed. That was the changeup. And Druick, a little bit too heavy of a hack there to make contact. Druick struck out looking his first time against Hughes. 0-2, this could be a spot for Hughes to pull out the knuckleball. Infield now crashes in with 2 strikes. With Cobb at third. Cobb looking over at Aaron Miles. Hughes from the wind delivers. And Druick strikes out. He went to that knuckleball, and it was a great pitch, low and outside. Let's see if Danny Harris can get it done now with 2 outs. 4 strikeouts for Hughes. You can see why the strikeouts are high because he has that vast pitch mix. See if Harris can get a 2-out RBI. He's a pretty clutch hitter. Go-ahead 3-run bomb and an 8-run 6th all the way back on Tuesday. First pitch, Harris takes a breaking ball north of the zone. It's 1-0. Have a feeling Harris will see something to hit here, even with first base open, just because of who's on deck. Christian Almanza has one of Oakland's 3 hits against this pitcher, Hughes. 1-0 in the dirt. That's the breaking ball. You never really know what's coming out of Hughes' hand. Always have to take a peek at TrackMan to see the motion of the pitch, to determine what pitch it is, because for all I know, that could have been a knuckleball, but it had a much higher spin rate than the knuckleball from Hughes. 2-0 with 2 outs in the top of the third. Ballers up 1-0. Hack and a miss on the fastball from Harris. He's late on 91, in on the hands, 2-1. Cobb, the runner at third. He got there with 1 out because of the Santos ground out. Then Druick struck out swinging against Hughes. Harris struck out swinging in his first at-bat against Hughes. 6 on the timer, pitch. Harris lifts it to right field. I don't think Lee sees it. No, I think he does see it. Dang it. I jumped it. Jumped the gun right there. So Harris flies out to right field to end the inning, and Cobb is stranded with his leadoff double. Ballers can't score him, and we go to the bottom of the third. It's a 1-0 Oakland lead over Boise. You're on 860 AM The Answer. Ballers in front, 1-0, bottom of the third here from Boise. It's a 1-0 lead. Noah Milliken is on the hill for the Ballers. Leaky pipes, clogged drains, step up to the plate and call the pros at Mr. Rooter Plumbing. We're the home team when it comes to reliable service. Family owned, locally trusted, and proudly serving the greater Bay Area. With honest, dependable service, Mr. Rooter Plumbing is always ready in the pen. Don't let plumbing problems throw you a curveball. Mr. Rooter Plumbing is here when you need us. Bottom of the order starts off the bottom of the third for Boise. It is a 1-0 Oakland lead. The pitcher is Milliken. The batter is a righty in Lee. The righty Milliken locates a strike, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Outer paint, 0-1. Lee 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Did have a sac bunt yesterday, but otherwise an unproductive day. 0-1. Lee bounces it foul past the Oakland dugout third base side. Another warm day in Boise, 85 first pitch. 85 degrees and sunny. Clear skies. Barely a cloud in sight. 0-2. South of the zone. Lee, 26 years old, from Newport News, Virginia. He's an assistant coach at Eastern Mennonite University, a D3 school in Virginia. 1-2 from Milliken. Inside, strike 3 called, challenged by Lee. And I don't know about that one. Let's see. Ooh. Overturned. Interesting. It looked like it was on the inner edge, according to TrackMan. 3D strike zone looks like it's out of the zone. So it's 2-2. Boise, though, ground ball to short. Picked by Cobb, then dropped. His throw to first is still in time. No! It's not in time. Okay. Bang, bang play goes Boise's way. So that last pitch was, I did check TrackMan, it was the correct call that it was out of the zone. And so the challenge ends up working because Lee reaches on an error by Cobb. And now it's Noah Marcello, the leadoff man. Lee reaches on the E6. First pitch to Marcello, the righty. high, ball one. Marcelo, first time up, bounced out to third. Buford, third baseman, playing slightly in, just above the cut in the grass. Bit of a jagged diagonal cut, forming an obtuse angle. Marcelo looks to bunt, pulls back, ball two, that's high. Frustrating sequence there for Oakland. Jalen Lee was called for the strikeout, and then it was overturned. It was inside for a ball, just barely. And then Lee reaches on the error, and now it's 2-0 on Marcelo, one of the best hitters in the league. Marcelo fouls it off right field, out of play, 2-1. That time Buford was playing in the cut, just on the clay at the part where it hits the grass. Playing in front of that third base bag, Cam Buford at third. Now he'll stay even with the bag for this 2-1 pitch. Marcelo takes in, it's 3-1. Hitters count here for Marcelo, who has hit safely in all but one game this season. 26-game hit streak for the right-handed batter. Hitting a whopping .383 this year. Hitters count here for Marcelo. And he swings and lasers one to left field. Helmick is right there for out number one. 91 off the bat, and it was in off the hands. That's a really good 3-1 pitch from Milliken. I don't know what Marcelo was doing swinging at that. That would have been ball four. Brings up Joey Califoot with one down and a runner at first base for Boise. Oakland leads 1-0. They're able to get the leadoff man on for the first time today with an error. Lee is at first with one down, and Califoot grounded out to short last time. Same result here could mean a double play. He takes a strike at the top of the zone. 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Milliken, 0-1. Califoot spent the entire season with Boise last year, but he wasn't an everyday starter, only appearing in 59 games. 0-1. Califoot takes off the plate, 1-1. Now he's an everyday starter. And he is hitting okay, but really impressive is the on-base percentage at .410, 19 walks, 31 hits. .284 average for the lefty. 1-1 from Milliken. Low and in. Milliken, first time through the order, allowed 2 hits and no runs, striking out 1. Did not walk a batter. Nearly walked Marcelo there. And it's 2-1 here on Califoot. Lee still at first. He runs, and it's a swing and a pop-up left side. Cobb was covering the bag. It's Buford who backs up. He needs to catch this ball, and he does for out number 2. Because the ball was hit so high in the sky, Lee had plenty of time, despite the fact that he was running, to get back to first. And you could tell Califoot upset with himself walking back to the dugout that he popped out with a hit and run on. And that was a middle pitch, too, at 89 miles an hour. A mistake from Milliken, and Califoot missed it. Runner on first with 2 outs for Darden, who is the lone strikeout victim today. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Oakland. First pitch, half swing, he cut right through it. 0-1, 89 mile an hour. The fastball high and tight on Darden. Man at first is Lee, the 9-hitter. 1 and 2 batters have recorded outs. And Darden slashes one, fading away from Santos in right field. He jogs to it and makes the catch on the line for out number 3. Leadoff error fails to bloom for Boise. No hits in the inning for the Hawks, and they leave Lee at first base. 1-0 Oakland. We're a third of the way through, heading to the fourth on 860 AM The Answer. Start of the fourth. It's 1-0 Oakland. 5, 6, and 7 to bat against Hughes here in the fourth, starting with Christian Almanza. I'm Nevada Cohen. Vince is with us here from Boise, but we're going to head to the northwest. And I mean further northwest than we've ever been on the wide world of baseball. That's right. It's time to go to Anchorage, Alaska, which is where Jacob Hughes was born. Despite the fact that he grew up at least part of his life, if not most of it, here in Idaho, I had to go to Anchorage because a lot of Alaskans here in Idaho, but not many Alaskans that play baseball that I know of, at least. And so the Alaskan Hughes, originally at least, facing Almanza, who singled off him in the second. And the first pitch of the fourth is outside for ball one. So, Anchorage, Alaska. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's Alaska's largest city. It's in the south central part of the state on the Cook Inlet. It's known for its cultural sites, including the Alaska Native Heritage Center, which displays traditional crafts, stage dances, and presents replicas of dwellings from the area's indigenous groups. 1-0. Almanza takes outside for a strike, 1-1. City's also a gateway to nearby wilderness areas and mountains, including the Chugach, Kenai, and Talkeetna. I may have botched all of those pronunciations, but I did my best. 1-1. Almanza off the end of the bat rolls foul, 1-2. Population of 286,075 in 2023, making it the 74th most populous city in the U.S. and most populous in Alaska. It contains nearly 40% of the state's population. I mentioned the Chugach Mountains, which is kind of surround the city. It's on a strip of coastal lowland and extends upward into the lower alpine slopes of the mountain ranges. 1-2 to Almanza, drops in just above the zone, 2-2. The Anchorage, Alaska native on the mound, Hughes, facing the lefty Almanza with nobody out. As we talk about Anchorage here in the wide world of baseball in the top of the fourth. Next pitch. Almanza hammers it. Right field. Barely moving is Lee. And Christian Almanza hammers a line drive homer to double Oakland's lead here in the fourth. 2-0 Ballers on the sweet swing of Christian Almanza. He's into double figures. That's number 10 on the year for the Stockton native. Dylan Tatum's now at 10, so Almanza, who's also from Stockton, said, hold on. Not so fast. Let me catch up there for a second, bud. Those two played high school ball together. And Almanza tees off on a high fastball, 108 off the bat. 408 feet and a launch angle of just 23 degrees. Hughes' hard fastball up in the zone, and Almanza, with 2 strikes, was there to greet it with his barrel. Almanza now has 5 2-hit games in his last 6 contests. That's no Dylan Tatum, but it's pretty darn good all the same. Now here's Cam Buford with no one on. 2-0 Ballers, top of the fourth, no one out. First pitch in, 1-0. Back to the wide world of baseball, where Hughes, the pitcher who just gave up that homer, is originally from. Back to the geography as well. Its location is crucial because it is equidistant, swing and a miss, 1-1, from New York City, Tokyo, and Murmansk, Russia, which is straight over the North Pole. Anchorage lies within 10 hours by air of nearly 90% of the inhabited global north. For that reason, Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport, which is the airport in Anchorage, swing and a miss to Buford, 1-2. It's a common refueling stop for international cargo flights and home to a major FedEx hub, which the company calls a critical part of its global network of services. 1-2 to Buford is low, 2-2. Now, the capital of Alaska is Juneau. Several attempts have been made to move Alaska's state capital to Anchorage or closer to it. 1960, 1962, 1978. All, though, have failed. 2-2 to Buford with no one out, following the homer by Almanza. Buford with 2 strikes bounces it 3 hops to short. Gobbled up by Dart, and his throw to first is in time. 1 down. Also linked to the geography, I should mention the wildlife of Anchorage, Alaska. You'd imagine with its location to the west of Canada, it's a little bit different than the United States. Well, approximately 250 black bears and 60 grizzly bears live in the area. Bears are regularly sighted within the city of Anchorage, Alaska. Moose are also a common sight in the Anchorage Bowl. Here is a man who's built like a moose, Lou Helmick at the plate. First pitch to the lefty. Bottom of the zone strike, 0-1. Helmick didn't like the call. There's about 250 moose in the summer, and that inflates to 1,000 moose during the winter in Anchorage, Alaska, which is the hometown of the pitcher, Hughes. The righty's delivery is fouled back by Helmick, 0-2. I should also mention sports in Alaska. Kurt Schilling, love him or hate him, is from Anchorage. And the Alaska Baseball League, which is a summer collegiate league, has 3 teams in Anchorage, Alaska. Also, there's the University of Alaska Anchorage, the Seawolves. They're a member of the NCAA. Helmick, 2 strikes, strikes out on the knuckleball outside. That's the 5th K for Hughes. 2 down, no one on here in the top of the 4th. Ballers lead 2-0 because of the Almanza solo shot to right. Brings up the hot-hitting Dylan Tatum, who Boise will probably pitch around even with the bases empty. Alaska Anchorage has D1 gymnastics and hockey. Every other team is D2. And there's one more sporting event that I should mention that starts in Anchorage in March. First to Tatum, hack and a miss on the fastball, 0-1. It's the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race. The Iditarod Sled Dog Race kicks off with its ceremonial start downtown on 4th Avenue the first Saturday of each March. If you're going to go to Alaska, that's definitely probably one of the biggest tourist events there. It's a beautiful place. Pitch high, 1-1. With those huge mountain ranges around Anchorage, I would definitely advise to visit Jacob Hughes' hometown, where he was originally born. Hughes the righty against the righty Tatum, who was intentionally walked in the 2nd inning. Tatum takes outside, 2-1. I don't think Cash Beecham, the manager of Boise, wants to pitch to Tatum anymore. 600 hitter in his last 5 games, 12 for 20. Slugging .1850 with 8 bombs and a double. Tatum early swing on the knuckleball, 2-2. Tatum has been retired 8 times in his last 5 games. He's 9 for 15 in this series. So Boise's gotten him out before, but those occurrences have been few and far between. 2-2 from the righty Hughes to the right-handed hitting Tatum. Low and away, 3-2. And Tatum in this 5-game hit streak with his 12 hits, he's got 6 walks to go along with it after being intentionally walked in the 2nd. The righty calls time and then steps back out. 4 2-homer games in his last 5. It's one of the most impressive feats of hitting I've ever seen. He's in a full count here with Hughes. He just threw another knuckleball, back-to-back knuckleballs against the righty. And Tatum takes low. It's challenged by Boise. They think they have a strikeout there at the bottom of the zone. Catcher walking off the field, Santini. Don't know where he's going. Tatum's walking to first. It's confirmed a ball. And Boise only has 2 challenges left. They have to get the first one right to use the second. This is really not a good showcase of how to use the challenge system in the Pioneer League. Runner on first is Tatum. He has now walked 7 times in this 5-game hit streak. Lozano first pitch swing and pops it up. Right field, drifting out of play. Lee maybe has room. No, he's out of room. 0-1. Tatum will have to go all the way back to first. 2 outs, runner on first is Tatum for the Ballers here in the top of the 4th inning. Have some people tuning in on YouTube. Mass Spectrician is one of them who says they have a good friend in Anchorage, as I talked about in the wide world of baseball. That's cool. Can your friend have some guests over? I'd like to visit Anchorage. Next to Lozano, outside corner for a strike, 0-2. He wanted to challenge and then thought better of it. Not the spot to do it. He was right, though. It was off the plate. So it's 0-2 as Lozano digs back in. 2 outs, runner on first is Tatum. 2-0 Ballers, top of the 4th after the Almanza homer to right. 0-2 pitch. Lozano takes outside, 1-2. Almanza homer in this inning, a solo shot. I have someone tuning in from the Sullivan family. My guess is it's Connor's dad, Robert, who says that Sully faced Christian Almanza in college, Cal versus St. Mary's. It was a ground ball out. Lozano taps it foul, 1-2. It's hard to get Christian Almanza out, but if anyone could, it would be Connor Sullivan. 14 games left in this first half for Oakland. 2 games in this series, then 2 more series. They'll finish at home against Rocky Mountain. That's when the first half will end. Oakland leading 2-0 here in Game 5 of this series, leading the series 3-1. 1-2 pitch from Hughes will wait as he throws over to get Tatum to slide back and get dirty. Tatum's a catcher. He's not afraid to slide back and dirty up the uniform. Just comes with the trade. If your pants are ever not clay stained as a catcher, then you're doing something wrong. 1-2. Lozano takes way outside. 2-2. That was a slow breaking ball at 72 miles an hour. Again, you see why Hughes has good strikeout stuff. 5 Ks today, and he's got a wide range. I've counted 5 different pitches at least. 2-2 outside and low to Lozano. That's actually the same spot as the pitch that was originally called a strike that he was going to challenge, and then he decided not to. So he would have walked at this point. Instead, it's 3-2. Runner will go from first. That's Tatum. The pitch is bounced slowly to third. Tatum has to go back to first. It was foul. Lozano was early and just got a piece of the fastball at the top of the zone that time. Lozano hit into a fielder's choice to end the second. Tatum was retired on that play. Lozano wants to keep the 4th inning going, though. He's the 3rd Stockton, California native to bat in the inning. First Almanza homered, then Tatum walked. Can he be the 3rd Stockton native to reach? Another payoff from Hughes. Lozano lifts it right field. Lee heading back towards the track. Settles, has it, makes the catch for out number 3. Christian Almanza, though, doubles the Oakland lead with a solo shot to right field. His was the lone hit of the inning, and Tatum walked with 2 outs. He's stranded at first base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Oakland with a 2-0 slender lead over Boise here from Memorial Stadium on 860 AM The Answer. This is great. Oakland leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. There is currently a potato, a fry, and a tater tot on the field, running left to right. They're almost to the finish line. The fry is going to win easily. But the funny thing is, they were running to left field, and the finish line was in right field. So Lou Helmick tapped the tater tot on the head. Then Davis Druick and Isai Santos were pointing to the different forms of potato, saying, that way, you're running the wrong way. They had to be turned around, and they eventually got to their destination. We are in the Potato State after all. We're in Boise, Idaho, and the Ballers lead 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Noah Milliken with 3 scoreless to start his 3rd pro start. He's pitching into the 4th for a 3rd straight start to start his pro career, but has to face Max Jung Goldberg to start the inning. Locates low, 1-0. Jung Goldberg, sharp fly out to right center field to start the 2nd inning. And it hits it pretty sharply to second. On the run, Harris throw to first, picked out cleanly by Christian Almanza, 1 down. Harris rounded that baseball. Nice play, thought he was gonna have to backhand it. Wasn't hit as hard as I originally thought. And young Goldberg grounds out thanks to a good Christian Almanza pick at first base. So for the 3rd time, Milliken's able to keep the leadoff man off the bases. He's allowed just 2 hits so far through 3 1/3. 2-0 Ballers lead, bottom of the 4th. Here is Jeremiah Bagora. Righty batter powers one foul to right field. 0-1. Bagora hit by 2 pitches yesterday. In his collegiate career, he was hit by a whopping 80 pitches in his last 3 years. That was at Young Harris, a D2 school in the Peach Belt Conference. 0-1. Fouled off of Bagora's foot, 0-2. Bagora was teammates with Graham Edwards, yesterday's starter, at Young Harris. Also teammates with Ethan Underwood, who is in the hole. They were all mountain lions. I'm not talking about some sort of Harry Potter transfiguration. I'm talking about Young Harris mountain lions. That's their mascot. 0-2 from Milliken. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Noah Milliken throws him a chair with the breaking ball, gets his 2nd strikeout, 2 down. Good stuff so far from Noah Milliken, who has been far more efficient than in his first 2 outings. 45 pitches in 3 2/3 innings. He threw 91 pitches to get into the 5th last time out. Next one he faces is Santini. He got the first 2 in the 2nd before Santini singled off him past second base. First pitch hack from Santini is fouled back. That was interesting. That hit a cable and then headed back towards the press box behind home. A cable that's being used to hold up the poles, I would suppose, or the netting, I guess, behind home. 0-1 bends in, top of the zone, strike 2 on Santini. That was a good pitch from Milliken, the breaking ball into the zone, front door, the righty Santini. Milliken a pitch away from going 4 scoreless. He's throwing like Zach St. Pierre today. That's exactly what ZSP did. Back on Thursday, he went 6 scoreless. So a high bar for Milliken. And he's 1 pitch away from being 2/3 of the way there. Santini, right-handed hitter against the righty Milliken, who reaches in the mitt, brown mitt, comes home, and gets another K. Wave and a miss from Santini at another stellar Milliken breaking ball. He retires the side in order for the 2nd time today with 2 strikeouts in the 4th inning. We go to the 5th. It's Oakland 2, Boise nothing. You're on 860 AM The Answer. Ballers with the lead, 2-0 in the top of the 5th. Noah Milliken with 4 scoreless. He's been great for Oakland, but not much run support for the righty. Against Boise's righty, Jacob Hughes, the Ballers have just 2 runs. They've both been scored by Christian Almanza. This top of the Oakland lineup hasn't done much. Just 1 for 8 for the first 4 hitters. The lone hit was a Tremaine Cobb double in 3rd, a leadoff double, and then he was stranded. So Trey will lead off the 5th. Ballers hoping to get the offense into high gear. Again, 7 consecutive games for Oakland, scoring double-digit runs. Will that continue through the rest of the first half? No. It's going to end at some point, but it looks like it'll end tonight the way the ballers are hitting. Cobb takes outside, 1-0. I should also mention it's not as much how the ballers are hitting, it's how Hughes is pitching. He's allowed just 4 hits and 2 runs so far. 1-0. Cobb takes outside for a strike, 1-1. Got the fastball right there on the corner. Cobb extended his hit streak to 6 with his 3rd inning double. He has 9 hits in this series. 1-1. Trey waves and misses at an outside pitch. That actually looked like a cutter there. 87 miles an hour off the plate, 1-2. Cobb 3-hit games Wednesday and Thursday of this series, games 2 and 3. Cobb bounces it, third base foul. Into that Oakland pen. It's funny, the ballers' bullpen arms, some of them wearing hoodies. And you're thinking it's 80 degrees, 85 at first pitch. What are they doing wearing hoodies? But they are in the shade. Cobb, did he offer? Yeah. He went at the apparent knuckleball. It might be a knuckle curve. 773 RPMs. I'm going to look that up. How many RPMs for a knuckleball usually? No, it's not a traditional knuckleball then. I want to see maybe knuckle curve, knuckle change. No? Not a knuckle curve. Maybe knuckle change. Santos takes a strike, nothing in 1. I'm going to guess it's a knuckle changeup because it has the look of a changeup and the low spin rate of a knuckleball. There's a strike to Santos, nothing in 2. I want to see if I can, I'm going to pull my binoculars out. 2-0 ballers lead here in the top of the 5th after Cobb's strikeout. And I want to see if I can track the spin of the ball using my binoculars to see if it's moving like a knuckleball or something else. Bounce to first base, foul by Santos. That was it again. And it's tough to tell. It's 847 RPMs, which is higher than your traditional knuckleball. So I'm just going to assign it knuckle change from here on out. 0-2 pitch. Santos swings and misses at yet another knuckle change. 7 strikeouts for Hughes. 2 down, bases empty here in the 5th. Baller's really struggling against the righty. He is mowing him down. The good news is he is at 83 pitches. So the ballers will get to the bullpen at some point tonight. The question is when and who, because Boise's bullpen has been roughed up in this series. Here's Davis Druick, who has struck out twice tonight. He's 0 for 2. First pitch. Druick takes a looping breaking ball north of the zone. 1-0. And that one probably should have been called a strike, but Boise doesn't challenge because they've got just 1 challenge remaining. They can use it up to 2 times. 1-0. Druick early swing there at yet another knuckle change. He's peppering the ballers with it now. Of the past 4 pitches, 3 of them have been that low spin rate pitch. 1-1 to Druick. Swing and a miss. He threw it again. Ballers showing no patience against that pitch. They have walked just twice, and it's been Tatum both times. 1-2 count. Pitch to Druick. Saws him off a little bit. Pops it off to the left. Foul. Out of play. 1-2. Man, Hughes is really throwing that pitch a lot. Let's see if he goes back to that knuckle change here on 1-2. He does. He misses low. 2-2. Could it be some sort of splitter type pitch? It's got some dip to it. 2-2 pitch. Druick swings and gets a piece of it, and it bounces off the catcher Santini. And foul tip off of the catcher. Yeah, that screams some sort of knuckleball type pitch to me. I was on the outside corner. Good job by Druick to even get a piece of it. It really is disgusting. I'd say the problem for Hughes, if you'd have to guess, it's just that the other pitchers aren't quite as good. Although he's gotten strikeouts on other pitches, breaking ball, fastball, but it's that knuckle change type pitch that has just puzzled Oakland today. 7 strikeouts, and he's hoping to strike out the side here, Hughes. 2-2 to Druick. Is in the dirt. That looked like the fastball, and it was. So count is full on Davis Druick now. What does Hughes roll with here? 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 5th inning, 2-0 Oakland. Druick swings and fouls it back. Went back to the fastball. Druick late, but able to get a piece. Full count. Payoff once more from Hughes, the righty. Druick bounces it through an open shortstop position into left field. They were shifted against him, and he takes the fastball high in the zone and bounces it through the left side for a base hit. That was a really impressive at-bat from Druick against Hughes. And honestly, that's one of the most important at-bats of this game because Hughes' pitch count is now 92. And so I would be surprised in just his second pro start if he goes out for the 6th. He's trying to complete 5 for the first time in his pro career. He had 8 strikeouts on Saturday against Great Falls a week ago. Here's Danny Harris, righty batter. First pitch, hack bounce slowly to third, foul, 0-1. Hughes now at 93 pitches. And so Hughes, who has been very impressive tonight, is very close to having his day done. If Harris gets aboard here, that's when you might see the Boise pen get up. 0-1 with Druick at first, and a throw over from Hughes. Back safely sliding is Druick. 2-0 lead for Oakland in the top of the 5th inning. Runner on first after the 2-out single is Druick. 0-1 from Hughes to Harris. Well, wait. Druick slides back safely. Another throw over from Hughes, and now Druick can run if he wants to. Ballers have been running free against Boise. Couple stolen bases today. Those were in the 2nd. 0-1. Druick creeping. Stays. Harris swings. Misses. 88-mile-an-hour fastball. And it was a very hittable pitch for Danny, and he swung out of his shoes. 0-2. Now I have not seen the knuckleball or knuckle change in 6 pitches. Well, in 5 pitches, I guess. Now this seems like the spot for Hughes to go back to it on 0-2. Instead, he goes fastball, and Harris swats it foul off to the right. Baller is reacting to the fastball at this point. They're late on it, and they have to be because of the junk that Hughes is throwing. He's a rare junk ball righty. Lee fighting that sun in right field. An oppo shot here could be helpful for Oakland. Druick goes, and Harris slashes it through the right side, base hit. Druick going first to third, and he is safe. The baller's approach has really improved here with 2 outs in the 5th inning because Harris and Druick have both hit it through vacant spots on the opposite side of the infield. Druick, the lefty, bounces it through the left side. Harris, usually you play him to pull to left field. Instead, he hits one through the right side for a base hit. And now the Boise pen is up and going with a lefty throwing. And this is the Boise pitching coach, Brian Kloppe, going out there to talk to Hughes. He's not done yet. Ballers with men at the corners and 2 outs, trying to break it open a bit in the top of the 5th. And Christian Almanza, who homered off of Hughes, is next. This could be a spot to pull Hughes, actually. Bring a lefty in to face Almanza. I think that's the sensible thing to do here, as Almanza is the lone hitter to have sustained success against Hughes. Almanza with 2 sharply hit balls, a single and a homer today. It seems like Hughes will stay in for now as Kloppe exits. 2-0 Ballers in the top of the 5th, hoping to provide some more run support for their starter, Noah Milliken. Home run in the 4th by Almanza, his 10th of the year. Almanza trying to come through, follow Dylan Tatum's recipe maybe, and have another 2-homer game. He takes a strike close to the outside corner. Not actually on the corner, 0-1. Generous call there for strike one on Almanza, who is 2 for 2 in the game with 2 runs scored. Laser homer to right against Hughes the last time up. 0-1 toss. Almanza rockets it foul. Was early on that knuckle change. 0-2. Bounced it past James Harris. Might end up being a good decision by manager Cash Beecham to leave Hughes in to finish this 5th inning. His count nearly 100 pitches. 0-2. Almanza watches a pitch bounce well in front of Santini, the catcher. 1-2. That was a good stop by Santini to block it, and it rolled back in front of him. That was the breaking ball into Almanza, and in isn't really the right word. It was in front of Almanza. Harris may be looking to run here on 1-2. Almanza takes in the dirt. Harris, great read, and the the throw is thrown back to the pitcher, Hughes. Harris may be trying to draw a throw there and get Druick home. That'll go down as a wild pitch, I'd have to imagine. And now Almanza has 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. Hughes steps off. That was that knuckle change in the dirt. No chase from Almanza, though. A single and a homer so far for him. 2-2 on Almanza with 2 in scoring position in the top of the 5th. Pitch. Drops in. Strike 3 called inside. Challenged by Almanza. That's a good spot to challenge it, but he's wrong. That was on the corner. And Oakland is incorrect. And so I believe Oakland's down to 1 challenge. And so we will go to the bottom of the 5th inning as Almanza goes down looking against Hughes. That's likely Hughes' final batter, and it was a great day for him. He finally gets Almanza after Almanza took him deep in the 4th and singled off him in the 2nd. He gives up 2 opposite field hits in the 5th, but strands both runners. Bottom of the 5th when you return, 2-0. Oakland leads Boise on 860 AM The Answer. What a day for Jacob Hughes, the Boise starter in just his 2nd pro start. Went 5, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts, tying his season high that he had in his 1st pro start. He is likely done. He has thrown 100 pitches. But Noah Milliken is not done. He's on the hill for his 5th inning of work and has thrown less than 50 pitches, 48 to be exact. The righty to face 7, 8, and 9 here in the bottom of the 5th. It starts with Ethan Underwood, who doubled down the 3rd base line against him last time. First pitch, Hack fouls it back, 0-1. Ballers able to get 2 out hits in the 5th, but their RBI leader, Christian Almanza, struck out looking to end the inning. Challenge to pitch inside. I remembered Oakland's challenges this game. There's a strike, 0-2. They did not challenge previously, so they still have 2 challenges left. They can use those challenges up to 5 times if they are correct the first couple times. It's a little complicated. 0-2 fouled back to the screen. And again, it's not that hard. You have 3 challenges. You have 6 challenges in a game. You can use them all 6 times if you get them right all 6 times. But if you're wrong 3 of the times, you're out of challenges. So 3 strikes, you're out for challenges. That makes sense. Now Boise has used 4 of their 6 challenges in the game. They have 1 remaining they can use it twice if they're right the first time. 0-2, once more. Rip back up the middle, past Cobb, and past Milliken into center field. Just the third hit allowed by Milliken. Two of them are Underwood, who's on a 7-game hit streak. Leadoff knock, second leadoff man to reach for Boise, brings up Jake Jelly. Jelly grounded out to third in his first at bat today. 2-0 Oakland leads in the bottom of the fifth here from Boise. Jelly, the batter, righty batter, takes a first pitch strike outside, 0-1. Jelly doesn't like the call, but it was a strike, and Boise's nearly out of challenges anyway, so you're not going to challenge here in the fifth inning and risk that last challenge out of borderline pitch. Underwood the runner at first with nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. Next to Jelly from Milliken. Low and away. Jelly, 24 years old, from East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Chewy's from the North Dakota side of Grand Forks. He and Jake were teammates at D2 Minnesota Crookston for 4 years. 1-1. Jelly launches left field, hooking, but fair. Home run. Game-tying blast for Jake Jelly, who had 2 homers on Tuesday. Jake Jelly with a game-tying bomb here in the fifth. And of the 4 hits now allowed by Milliken, 3 of them by the bottom 3 in the order, all of them by the bottom half of this lineup. That pitch from Milliken was a fastball, low and in, and the exit speed, it was torched by Jelly, 111 off the bat. It went just 387 feet to left field. It was a line drive. And Jelly gets his 8th homer of the year. We're tied at 2 here in Boise. Broken bat flare just past Milliken. Harris over to it, flips to first just in time to get Lee. That was a close one there. One away. But Jalen Lee snapped the bat in half, or at least Milliken broke his bat. Lee hit it slowly to second. Harris made the flip just in time to Almanza for out number 1, but the bat head ended up sliding past Milliken, and Milliken ran out of the way towards first. Brings up the leadoff man, Marcello, who's 0 for 2 in this game. 1 out, bases empty, 2-2, Boise and Oakland in the bottom of the fifth. Marcello, first pitch strike, 0-1. Boise has tied it with a 2-run Jake Jelly long ball, his 3rd home run of the series. 0-1 from Milliken to Marcello. Is laced into center field. Druick has to play it on a hop, and it's past him. Poorly played, and Marcello can get third here. It's thrown in to Harris, who will throw to third. Buford makes the catch. Marcello has a triple, we'll call it for now. It was misplayed out there in center by Druick. It feels like a single and an error, but we'll see. It was badly misplayed by Druick, that has to be said. It looked like maybe he would have a chance to catch it, that line drive, but he raises the hand. He says, my bad. Yeah, it really should be a single and an error there on Druick. Hard hit ball, don't get me wrong, and definitely a hit. 108 off the bat of Marcello, and he ends up at third on the play. He hit it into the right center field gap. And now it's Joey Califoot with a runner on third. Go-ahead run at third base for Boise. 2-2 game in the bottom of the fifth with 1 out. Infield drawn in against Califoot. First pitch, called a ball high. 1-0. So finally, Milliken is in real trouble. 2-run homer in the inning, and now a 1 out. We'll call it triple for now until we see a ruling. 1-0 pitch to Califoot, the lefty, is just off the plate. It's 2-0. Califoot 0 for 2 today against Milliken. Ground out and a pop out. That was on a hit and run. That pop out. Milliken just misses outside there with the breaking ball. 3-0. We don't really want to walk Califoot because then it's Darden and Young Goldberg who are the 2 best hitters on this Boise team beside Marcello. So what does he go here with? 3-0. Calfoot takes a strike, 88-mile-an-hour fastball that was right over the middle. Calfoot does not budge. And now a hitter's count for Calfoot, who has driven in 19 this year. Infield drawn in for Oakland. Tying run at, go ahead run at third for Boise. 3-1. Hit to first. Almanza looks towards third, takes it to the bag himself, and it's the second time that Calfoot has failed situationally. Marcello stays at third. Calfoot grounds out on a weak grounder that keeps Marcello at third base. He could not score on that weak chopper to Almanza. Now it's up to Taylor Darden to give Boise its first lead today. It's 2-2 Hawks have tied it in the bottom of the fifth. A two-run homer by Jelly, then a Marcello, what is being ruled a single and an error, which is correct. And the first pitch to Darden is a strike, 0-1. It's a two-base error by Druick that allows Marcello to get to third base. It's 0-1 on the righty Darden, who's 0-2 with a strikeout so far against Milliken. Righty batter, righty pitcher. Outside for a ball, 1-1. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the fifth. Boise has tied it in this inning, trying to take the lead. Darden, 43 RBI, sixth in the Pioneer League. With Marcello at third, he takes strike two. Breaking ball just dropped in the zone by Milliken. Big 1-2 pitch coming. Milliken looking for the K, or at the very least, the out, to get Oakland out of this inning without surrendering the lead to Boise. They've already blown their lead. It was 2-0. It's now 2-2. And the 1-2 to Darden from Milliken. Top of the zone, strike three call. And Darden knew it. At the top of the zone, Milliken gets the K, his fourth of the day. And all things considered, 2 runs allowed through 5. You'll take that performance so far from Milliken, who likely will start the sixth. Marcello stranded after a single, 3 hits in the inning, and 2 runs for Boise. It's a 2-run shot by Jake Jelly to tie the game at 2. So we head to the sixth here on 860 AM The Answer. Top of the sixth inning here from Boise, 2-2 in the top of the sixth. The game is tied. Boise ties it in the bottom of the fifth with a 2-run homer by Jake Jelly. There is a new pitcher for Boise here in the top of the sixth frame. Replacing Jacob Hughes is Blake McFadden, the third time Oakland has seen him in the series. And I gotta say, Oakland is happy to see a new pitcher because the starter, Jacob Hughes, was fantastic today. A lefty in McFadden after a righty, Hughes. And the first pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. You'll start to see some changes off the Oakland bench, surely, with a lefty in the game in McFadden. You would think, at least. 1-0 the count on Buford. Buford hacks and misses over a breaking ball. Nope, change up. I stand corrected. It is 1-1. Buford is 1 for 2 in the ball game with a single and infield hit in the second inning. 1-1. Buford takes low and in. McFadden, Tuesday, season high 2 innings, 1 hit, an earned run, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Gave up a home run to Helmick, who is on deck. So Helmick's not being replaced. Not right now. McFadden Thursday, an inning hitless, no runs, 2 strikeouts. His 2-1 to Buford is whacked on a line into center. He hit the cover off that baseball, 102. He got a changeup high and away, and he was ready for the off-speed pitch. Buford with his second hit of the game. Go-ahead run on for Oakland here in the top of the 6th. McFadden making his 14th appearance of the year, 6.23 ERA for the lefty. 0-1 record, 13 innings, 15 hits, 7 walks to 14 strikeouts. He's allowed 9 earned runs in 13 innings. And here's Helmick, who homered off of him just on Tuesday. Helmick takes a first pitch ball just high. It is 1-0. Ballers and Hawks tied at 2 here in the top of the 6th. The starter, Jacob Hughes, done after 5 innings because of his pitch count, not because of his performance. 1-0. Helmick checks his swing, takes an outside pitch, the breaking ball. No, that might have been the changeup again. It's tough to tell. I think no, you know what? It is a breaking ball. It's just not really curving out of the zone. It's staying pretty middle. 1-1. Helmick swings and misses. Again, I'm gonna guess breaking ball, but it's not moving like a lefty's breaking ball is supposed to. It is 1-2 on Helmick. Jacob Hughes goes 5 innings in his second pro start. 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. He has 8 strikeouts in each of his first 2 pro starts. 1-2 from McFadden to Helmick. Runner goes, and Helmick shoots it foul to left field. He got a middle fastball and was just late. You like the approach there from Lou, as Buford was going for his second stolen base of the game. Running first move on the lefty McFadden. 2-2. Ballers led 2-0. Boise has tied it after 5. We're in the top of the 6th here from Boise. This is the tightest game of the series, at least for now. It ended by a 1-run game on Tuesday, so that was very tight at the end. 1-2. McFadden looking right at Buford at first, comes home as Helmick takes ball 2 off the plate. McFadden, a first-team All-Star a year ago for Boise in the midseason, had a 2.88 ERA over the season. Pitched once against Oakland. It did not give up a run. Allowed just 1 run in 2 appearances so far against Oakland in this series. A throw to first, and Buford is easily back. I mean, that was not even close at first base. McFadden does not have much of a move, it seems. Or at least didn't unleash it there. 2-2 with none out. Ballers have a runner on first to start the top of the 6th in a tie game. Pitch from McFadden to Helmick. Runner goes again, and Helmick pokes it weakly to short. Tough play. Throw on the run in time. Runner was going. Buford easily safe at second. 6-3 put out. Nice job by Darden. That was a tough play to make with him breaking to cover second and then reversing course to go back to short to field his position, scooping up that slow grounder from Helmick, as that was a protect swing from Lou. He got an off-speed pitch off the plate. He just got a piece of it. And now it's Dylan Tatum, who will not even see a pitch. He's intentionally walked for the 2nd time today. So 2 on and 1 out for Tyler Lozano. Obviously, you're going to intentionally walk Dylan Tatum, who has blasted 8 bombs in his past 5 games and will not get a chance to do that today. And now it looks like Cash Beecham. Is he going to reliever here? Yes. He's going to a righty to face Tyler Lozano, who does hit much better against left-handed pitching. And so we'll take a break. A new pitcher in for McFadden. 2 on, 1 out here in the 6th. Ballers have the go-ahead runs aboard here in Boise. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when you return on 860 AM. The Answer. A new pitcher for the Boise Hawks. They have allowed 2 of the first 3 to reach here in the 6th. Blake McFadden goes just a third of an inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs, walked 1, the intentional walk of Tatum, did not strike out a batter. Entering is Brady Gilmore, making his 4th pro appearance, 22-year-old from Dallas. Got his first pro win on Tuesday, going an inning, no hits, no runs. Gilmore on Tuesday pitched the 9th. Before that, Oakland came back, that Boise comeback, and got Harris, Buford, and Almanza out. He will face at least Lozano, if not Tremaine Cobb Jr., here in the top of the 6th inning. Gilmore's got a 0 ERA, 1-0 record, 4th appearance, 2-1, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 0 hits allowed, 2 walks though, no strikeouts. So the question for Gilmore: does he have the control down? He did on Tuesday, and also can he, with not giving up a hit, 4th straight appearance to start his pro career. Big spot here for Oakland. Here is Tyler Lozano with 2 on and 1 out in a 2-2 game in the top of the 6th. First pitch drops in, strike 1. Threw the breaking ball there and just did grab the top of the zone. Lozano in this game is 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and a flyout. The runners are Buford and Tatum, single and intentional walk with 1 out. Lozano rips it sharply to short into the mid of Darden. Throw to second for 1, throw to first, double play. It's exactly what the doctor ordered and exactly what Cash Beecham was hoping for. And bringing in a righty to face Tyler Lozano gets him to ground into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. A hit in the inning for Oakland and no runs. For the 6th, it is tied at 2 between Oakland and Boise on 860 AM. The Answer. Noah Milliken allowed a game-tying 2-run homer. He's hoping to bounce back, but the game's still tied at 2 here in the home 6th. I'm Nevada Cullen. Vince is back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Ballers got 2 of the first 3 on in the 6th, but Tyler Lozano against a new pitcher grounded into an inning-ending double play, and so that's where we stand. Bottom of the 6th, Milliken to face 4, 5, and 6. As we take a look at exciting scores from around the Pioneer League. Exciting for many reasons. Oakland needs to take care of business here first, but if they can, there are some scores tonight that could help them. Here's Max Young-Goldberg, who's trying to put his team in front with a long ball. He had a walk-off homer on Tuesday, and he takes the first pitch strike for Milliken, 0-1. Doubleheader in Grand Junction today. Final from game 1, Jackalopes 18, Chuckers 5. Young-Goldberg takes a strike, 0-2. A score because the Chuckers are right behind Oakland as they are in 3rd place in the Pioneer League. Playing game 2 right now in Grand Junction. 0-2 pitch here to Young-Goldberg. Is swung on and missed. Milliken with the K. The changeup there, and that was placed perfectly low and inside. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-2 game, Oakland and Boise. Here from Boise brings up Jeremiah Bagora, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. Game 2 in the doubleheader in Grand Junction. It is 7-6. Grand Junction leads Idaho Falls in the top of the 5th. Grand Slam just got Idaho Falls back in that game. Pitch outside. 1-0, a Jacob Jablonski grand slam to make it a 1-run ball game. But Jackalope still in front for now. That game will be 7 innings, so run out of time. Line drive, one hop into the mid of Buford at third base. His throw to first is on the money. 2 down. That was rocketed by Bagora, but right at Buford for out number 2. 109 off the bat. 2 out spaces empty for J.C. Santini, who already has a hit. He's 1 for 2 against Milliken today. Milliken has allowed just 5 hits in the game. It's a 2-2 score, and this Oakland offense has been kept quiet today by Boise. Good news is Boise's already into the bullpen, whereas Oakland is not. Back to the scores from around the Pioneer League. Ogden leads NoCo as that's flown into right field. Coming in is Santos Hill, and we'll resume scores in the 7th. He flies out to right field, throws a 1-2-3 6th inning, his 3rd inning of the game in which he's been perfect. The score, Oakland and Boise. We head to the 7th here on 860 AM, The Answer. Top of the 7th here from Boise. It's 2-2 between the Ballers and the Hawks. Nevada Cohen with Vince back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. I told you I'd go over the rest of the scores from around the Pioneer League. Well, the top of the 8th inning, Ogden leads Northern Colorado 12-9. In the top of the 7th in Glacier, Great Falls leads 6-3. And then 2 very important scores to monitor. Bottom of the 5th inning in Billings, it's the Mustangs 8, the Paddleheads 3, Missoula loss, and tied for first again in the Pioneer League. On the top of the 4th, the Rocky Mountain Vibes lead Yuba Sutter 6-zip. Yuba Sutter is in 4th place and just a game and a half back of first in the Pioneer League. Here is Trey Cobb to face Gilmore. First pitch is just low to start the top of the 7th. So here's the situation. It's a 2-2 game in the top of the 7th. Noah Milliken, the starter, still in for Oakland. Meanwhile, Boise's into their pen. Cobb is 1 for 3 today with a double and 2 Ks. Cobb takes a pitch outside, 2-0. Also, Gilmore, who has not pitched more than an inning in his career, got 2 outs in the 6th inning. And will he continue to pitch here in the 7th after Cobb? I don't know. 2-0 is bounced foul, 2-1. Cobb saw a pitch he liked. It was an 88-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle, and he just missed it. He broke the bat, too. He'll need some new lumber. But that gives me a second to talk about the further situation, which is the fact that Gilmore, I don't think, no, he will not come up. He will not face Isai Santos next. I would be shocked if he did. Isai Santos is 0 for 3 today, but there's a lefty, Jeremiah Locklear, warming in the pen. Now, would the Ballers then turn to Pat Monteith? Probably. But then Davis Druick, a lefty on deck. Even more reason to bring in Locklear in this inning. 2-1 in this righty-righty battle. Cobb takes a looping breaking ball in for strike 2. Gilmore, again, still has not allowed a hit in his pro career through 3 innings pitched. It's still, he hasn't pitched a ton, but it's impressive nonetheless. Cobb rockets one foul of third, still 2-2. He saw an inside pitch there, the changeup, theoretically, and he was early. 2-2. Cobb, strikeout, double, strikeout, maybe another double here. We'll see. He's leading off here in the top of the 7th in a 2-2 game against Boise here in Game 5. 5 on the timer. Pitch is jacked. Left field. Trey Cobb leaves no doubt. A go-ahead solo shot to start the 7th from Tremaine Cobb Jr. A big solo bomb, 110 off the bat, 421 feet, and just Cobb's second professional homer. And that'll do it for Gilmore. His first hit allowed as a professional is a go-ahead Tremaine Cobb Jr. home run here to start the 7th inning. Trey Cobb makes it 3-2 Oakland here in the 7th. Nobody out. New pitcher when you return for the Boise Hawks. It's Oakland 3, Boise 2 here on 860 AM The Answer. A huge leadoff homer for Tremaine Cobb Jr. and the Ballers lead 3-2 here in the top of the 7th. No one out, and the new pitcher is Jeremiah Locklear for Boise. Locklear went Wednesday and pitched very well. Season high 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, an earned run, 2 strikeouts for the lefty from Pembroke, North Carolina. He has a 12.19 ERA this year. 7 appearances, 1 start, 10 1/3 innings, 15 hits, 14 earned runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. And honestly, I'm going to pull up the game log, and I'm going to be shocked if it's not just one bad outing that has cursed his season. Yep. 1 1/3 against Idaho Falls on June 10th. He gave up 9 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned. Here's Pat Monteith against Locklear. Righty to face a lefty. First pitch popped up on the infield, and that pinch hit opportunity did not work. It's a pop out, a foul out for Monteith, and there's one away. Brings up Davis Druick. And if you're Aaron Miles, you go to Monteith there against a left-handed pitcher. Monteith just got a pitch, a fastball down the middle and popped it up. Yeah. You have to think back to the home run derby. Monteith's trying to hit bombs in that derby pregame. It can really mess with the hitter, and he undercuts his first swing after the home run derby and pops out to make the first out here in the top of the 7th. Ballers lead, though, 3-2. Here's Davis Druick. First pitch outside, 1-0. 3-2 because of a Trey Cobb leadoff bomb here in the 7th. And there's no action in the Oakland pen. And so it appears to be Noah Milliken who will at least begin the 7th inning. He'll face the bottom of the order. Druick hammers one high in the sky, left field. Jelly racing over to the gap in left center. It is caught, and that nearly hit the clay of the warning track. 2 down. Launched by Druick, a high fly ball, 100 off the bat, 365 feet to left center, and a miscommunication really between Jelly and Marcelo, probably calling each other off, and it's Jelly who ends up making the squeeze. And he caught it at his side. You never want to see that from an outfielder on that high of a fly ball. Brings up Danny Harris, now on a 17-game hit streak after his 5th inning single. 1 for 3 in the ballgame. Ballers leading 3-2 with 2 outs. The base is empty here in the top of the 7th. Harris first pitch taken in, 1-0. 17-game hit streak, 4 doubles, 5 home runs for Danny Harris. 10 multi-hit games in the past 16 contests. 1-0. From Locklear. Outside, 2-0. A 3-2 Oakland lead late here from Boise as they look to win their 4th straight game against the Boise Hawks. This one, the lowest scoring of them all. 3 on the timer. And that's fouled away by Harris, 2-1. He got a 91-mile-an-hour fastball high and away and just fouled it off. Interesting, that pitch clock out in center field actually went from 4 to 2. So I said 3 on the timer, anticipating the 3, and it never came. As long as it shows 1 and a 0. 2-1. Harris swings and misses. 90-mile-an-hour fastball in and on the hands. He swung at ball 3. It's 2-2 on Harris, who's 1 for 3 today. Locklear, after entering for Gilmore, who goes 2/3 of an inning, gets a double play, but then gives up a homer. Locklear hoping for a 1-2-3 inning for him. Harris fouls it back, still 2-2. Locklear has 2 fly ball outs so far. And look, again, I said the ERA was high, 12.19. The ERA is only high because of 1 bad blow-up outing in which he allowed a bunch of earned runs in just an inning and a third. 2-2. Harris takes way outside. That was maybe beyond the other batter's box. Locklear the lefty against Harris the righty. A nice battle here with 2 outs and the bases empty. Ballers up 3-2 in the top of the 7th. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. The fastball at 91 miles an hour, way north of the zone, and Harris chases ball 4. First strikeout for Locklear, but the Ballers lead 3-2 after 6.5. The solo shot by Tremaine Cobb Jr. knocks Gilmore out of the game. It's his first hit allowed as a pro, and it comes at the worst possible time. Cobb's second pro homer comes at the best time. And it's 3-2 Oakland heading to the home 7th on 860 AM The Answer. Bottom of the 7th inning. Here from Boise, the Ballers in front by a score of 3-2 as we arrive in the bottom of the 7th inning. It is 7-8-9 to face Noah Milliken, who is still out for the 7th. This is his first time in his pro career pitching into inning number 7. His previous season high was just 4 1/3 innings, and he's able to do it today because of a low pitch count, just 73 pitches. He will have a short leash, though, now. He's got to pitch well. If he gets in trouble, the Ballers' great bullpen will be called into action. Here is Ethan Underwood. First pitch bunting, and he bunts right through it, 0-1. We're underway in the bottom of the 7th. I'm Nevada Cullen. Vince is back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. The Ballers lead 3-2 because of a Tremaine Cobb Jr. solo shot to lead off the 7th inning. Underwood's been great today. The lefty takes outside for a ball, 1-1. Double and a single. Of the 5 hits for Boise, he has 2 of them, and the bottom 4 in the lineup has accounted for 4 of the 5. Takes inside there, 2-1. Just missed. A little high as well from Milliken. Other than that 2-run homer by Jelly, who's on deck, he's been great today. 2-1. Near the top of the zone, called a ball. It was too tall. Now hitters count for Underwood, who already has 2 hits today, a double and a single. With those hits, he extended his hit streak to 7 games today. 7 on the timer, Milliken delivers. And that's just off the plate. That just missed. Milliken wanted a challenge, but no, the Ballers do challenge. Well, that's their second challenge, and they're wrong. It's confirmed ball 4. And so Oakland's down to its final challenge. Now, there are only 3 innings left, so they're not at a bad spot. Boise has held on to their final challenge, despite using 4 early challenges. So Underwood reaches on the walk. Now it's Jake Jelly, who had a 2-homer game on Tuesday and hit a 2-run homer in the 5th inning today. The first pitch is launched high to right center field. Santos at the track. He's there. He makes the catch for a loud first out. I think you got to go to the pen now if you're Oakland. That's a loud first out. Maybe not. I will say Carson Lambert is warming for the Ballers. Jalen Lee is next. That was a high pitch from Milliken, 88-mile-an-hour fastball. He's starting to tire a bit, 100 off the bat. And you could tell Jelly just got under it and missed his second home run by a few feet. Now Lee takes a strike outside corner, 0-1. If I had to guess, this is the last batter for Noah Milliken, pitching into the 7th for the first time in his pro career. Lee is the 9 hitter. Milliken has thrown 79 pitches. Runner at first is Underwood with 1 out. And that's fouled back, 0-2. And I just think 3 times through the order is enough for Milliken. You don't want the leadoff man Marcelo to see him for a 4th time. Marcelo, who singled sharply to right center field off of Milliken in the 5th. Getting his lead off first is Underwood. The 0-2 pitch to Lee. Just got a piece. Milliken with a very nice breaking ball there. Wipeout slider looking pitch, maybe the sweeper. It's 0-2. Still on Lee, who is 0 for 2 today. Did reach on an error in the 3rd. Has grounded the ball in both at bats. 0-2 for Milliken again. Bounces in. Good stop from Lozano, but a great read from Underwood to advance on the wild pitch. Lozano blocked it up, but the pitch in the dirt allowed Underwood to get in a scoring position with just 1 out. And now, if you're Lee, your job is to either get him in or at least get him to 3rd for Marcelo. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. The tying run at 2nd for Boise and the home 7th. 3-2 Oakland leads. 1-2 the count. Milliken looks towards 2nd. His 2-strike pitch. Outside, again, buried the breaking ball. And this time it's just covered up by Lozano, so Underwood has to stay at second base. That is 3 straight breaking balls. Milliken might go back to the fastball here with 2-2. 5 on the timer. Looks home. Kicks. Fires. Missed low and away. No, he got the strikeout call. 90 miles an hour. Low outside corner. Challenged by Boise. Jalen Lee risks their last challenge. And it's confirmed a strike. And now Aaron Miles coming out to take out Noah Milliken after finishing with 6 strikeouts, getting Lee to finish his day. Milliken with a career best 5 strikeouts in his 6 strikeouts. Milliken with his career best 6 Ks in just his 3rd pro start. He goes 6 2/3, and he will give way to Carson Lambert. What a performance today from Noah Milliken, shutting down this Boise offense, except for that 2-run Jake Jelly bomb in the 5th. Boise's out of challenges. Bottom of the 7th inning, 2 outs, runner on 2nd. Lambo enters for Milliken. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for Oakland, and we'll give you the line on Milliken when you return on 860 AM. The Answer. The Ballers finally go to the bullpen in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and the tying run at second base. It is Carson Lambert who enters an out earlier than usual. He's the Ballers' typical 8th inning setup guy, but he comes in for Noah Milliken with a runner at second in the 7th. Lambo, Friday, that's yesterday, so working on back-to-back days. An inning pitch, 2 hits, an earned run, and 2 strikeouts. 25 years old. That earned run he allowed yesterday, just his second of the year. He's got a 1.02 ERA, 1-0 record. This is his 16th appearance, 17 2/3 innings pitched, 16 hits, 2 walks, and 21 strikeouts. For the righty, 6'4", 25 years old, from Thousand Oaks, California, Carson Lambert. He enters for Noah Milliken, who is nothing short of stupendous today. 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Jake Jelly's 2-run homer, the only damage against him. He's responsible for Underwood at first. He's had a new career best in his 3rd professional start with 6 2/3 innings and 6 strikeouts. And now Lambo, trying to strand the tying run at second with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, faces Noah Marcello, the leadoff man, who's 1 for 3 today. Lambo's first pitch of the evening. Outside, called a strike. No challenges left for Boise. That was on the high outside corner from Lambert. It's 0-1. Yesterday, Noah Marcello had a double. That was yet another double for him, 15. That's tied for first in the league. That double off of Carson Lambert. 0-1, 5 on the timer. Pitch. Marcello fouls it back. He's late on the fastball, 93, and Lambert's way ahead, 0-2. Underwood walked and then got to second on a wild pitch with 1 out. Then Lee struck out looking, challenged it, and as a result, Boise's out of challenges. Milliken got through 6 2/3. Lambert trying to protect the 1-run lead. 0-2, 2-out pitch is next. The righty Marcello. Runner taken off for third, and it's high and over the head of Lozano. Thankfully, Underwood didn't see it and does not take off for home. But it's a wild pitch that allows Underwood to scoot just 90 feet closer. Lambert threw the 93-mile-an-hour fastball right there, way too high for Lozano to catch. And now a wild pitch would tie the game. A base hit from Marcello also does the trick. 1-2 is the count on the right-hander, Marcello, against the righty Lambert. Marcello slight open stance, waving the bat back and forth. Lambert kicks, fires, foul ball off to the right. Out of play, 1-2 still. Marcello is also driven in 34 runs this season. Number 35 would knot the game at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Every game is a playoff game for here on out for these two teams, both vying for those 2 playoff spots in this first half. 5 on the timer. Lambert from the stretch. Just missed low and outside. 83-mile-an-hour breaking ball. That was actually well low. I don't know what I was looking at. Carson Lambert wants time, maybe wants a new baseball, and he'll get some. Doesn't like this one. Tosses it, chucks it off to the right into the Boise dugout. And the deuces are wild for Marcello. Today he's 1 for 3. He has 8 hits in the series and has plated 4. The runner at third is Underwood, who has already scored once today and reached in all 3 plate appearances. He's the tying run. 3-2 Ballers lead. Bottom of the 7th. 2-2 with 2 outs from Lambert. Is fouled back. We'll do it again. An entertaining battle between the two. Lambo dialing it up, 94, just at the top, maybe above the zone. And nothing that Marcello could handle. Last couple pitches, he's switched between the breaking ball and the fastball. Just threw the fastball. Does he go back to the off speed? Lambo's 2-2 pitch is bounced to short. Cobb fields, fires, got him. 6-3 put out, ends the inning. And Lambert does a job. Underwood is left stranded at third base. Tying run 90 feet away and no more here in the bottom of the 7th. No hits in the inning. Noah Milliken goes 6 2/3 of 2-run baseball. And Carson Lambert gets him out of the 7th inning. Let's go to the 8th in a tight one from Boise. 3-2 Ballers on 860 AM The Answer. We start the 8th here from Boise as the sun sets on another baseball game. 3-2, the Ballers lead in the top of the 8th. Jeremiah Locklear, the lefty reliever for Boise, out for what might be his second inning of work. He might not complete it. He got the last 3 outs to end the top of the 7th after Tremaine Cobb Jr.'s solo shot. A lot of homers in this game that have really decided the flow. Almanza had a solo shot in the 4th, made it 2-0 Ballers. Jake Jelly with a two-run shot in the 5th inning to tie the game. Tremaine Cobb Jr. with the solo shot in the 7th to give the Ballers the 3-2 lead. Here is Almanza against the lefty Locklear. And the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Almanza today is 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, a single, and a line drive laser homer to right. Lefty-lefty battle pitch. Almanza takes high for a strike. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. That was a generous call near the top of the zone. 0-2. Almanza way behind. Locklear struck out Harris to end the 7th. Looking to strike out Almanza to start the 8th. 0-2 near the top of the zone. That one did miss, and Boise's out of challenges. 1-2. Man, rarely have I seen a team run out of challenges in a game that's actually close, but here we are. Boise has none left. 1-2. Almanza, the lefty, swings and shoots one foul above Cam Buford, off the netting, foul, off to the left. Still 1-2. Locklear played his last 2 years of college ball at Georgia Gwinnett, an NAIA school. Went to the World Series with them this year. Almanza takes strike 3 on the outside corner. Really good pitch from Locklear, challenged by Almanza, and now the Ballers are out of challenges. Almanza has challenged incorrectly twice in this game. He can't believe it. So now, this is I guess baseball as it used to be, as is the tagline of the Pioneer League. Both teams out of challenges, and that'll be it for Locklear. The lefty is done as a righty. Buford will bat next with 1 out, and the Ballers leading 3-2 in the top of the 8th inning. Base is empty. Buford to bat when you return on 860 AM The Answer. With 1 out in the top of the 8th inning, and the base is empty, and a righty coming up in Cam Buford. It's Mason Dillo who enters the game, the 5th reliever today for Boise. He made his pro debut Wednesday against Oakland and gave up an earned run, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Dillo, Wednesday, came in, let's see, looks like pitched an inning. What was the inning? The 8th inning? So he would have given up a single to Buford. So interesting. That was an opposite field line drive single by Buford off of Dillo in that 8th inning. Also, he walked Helmick and Tatum to load the bases when Tyler Lozano was hit by a pitch for an RBI. That was all with 2 outs in the inning. And so, returning to the scene of the crime is the righty Dillo. He enters for Locklear. Jeremiah went an inning and a third, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts. Really good from him against these Ballers lefties. Now with 1 out, here is Cam Buford. First pitch. Swung on, fouled back. 0-1. I'm Nevada Cullen with Vince back in our 860 AM The Answer studio. Thank you for tuning in on your Saturday night. Ballers lead 3-2. 1 out, top of the 8th. Base is empty for Buford, who is 2 for 3 in the game. Buford takes low and away, 1-1. Dillo is the newest Boise Hawk. Not for long. They'll have some roster additions tomorrow. Pitched at UNLV in 2025, so he was teammates with the likes of Paul Myro, who is a Boise Hawk, as well as Taylor Darden. Buford flies one foul off to the right, 1-2. Also, Milliken, the starter today for Oakland, spent a couple summers playing with the Healdsburg Prune Packers of the California Collegiate League. I believe he would have been teammates then with Mason Dillo, who pitched there in 2022. Yes, they were in 2022. 1-2. Buford takes. Strike 3, bottom of the zone. Baller's out of challenges. And it was Ballers have now missed 4 challenges because that was a strike at the bottom of the zone. So that's back-to-back looking strikeouts to start this inning. See what Lou Helmick can do. He walked against Dillo just a few days ago now. Dillo the righty, trying to get the lefty Helmick, who is 0 for 2 with a sac fly today. Helmick trying to give the Ballers insurance, leading 3-2 in the top of the 8th. First pitch, outside and away and high. 1-0. Lou trying to push his hit streak to 4 games. He entered 4 for 10 in the series with 5 RBI, a triple, and a homer. 1-0 pitch. Helmick takes outside. His homer on Tuesday, his first homer on the road this season. He has just 2 bombs this season. It was a 408-foot laser to right field. An identical swing to Christian Almanza's solo shot in the 4th inning today. Helmick hits it back to the screen, 2-0. Baller's streak of 7 straight games with 10 or more runs scored will end, but can you still win a game? Scoring 3 runs, that will be the question that Oakland has to answer. Carson Lambert will get the 8th, by the way. He got the last out of the 7th. 1 on the timer, pitch to Lou is swung on and bounced over Dillo's head. Tough play for the shortstop Darden make. His throw to first, though, is in time for out number 3. 6 Ballers have been retired in a row since the Trey Cobb solo blast to lead off the 7th. That was the shot that put Oakland in front, 3-2, which is still the score heading to the home 8th. And the meat of the Boise lineup will face Carson Lambert in the 8th inning. Let's see how it goes. Ballers clinging to a 1-run lead here in Boise on 860 AM The Answer. One defensive switch, not a pitching change for the Ballers here in the bottom of the 8th inning, although Carson Lambert is on the hill. Connor Sullivan will start to loosen in that Ballers bullpen. And Lambo to get the bottom of the 8th. The defensive change is at third base for Cam Buford. It's Nick Leahy as the Ballers look to protect their lead. Also, Buford likely would not come up in the 9th. If his spot in the order comes up in the 9th, something very good has happened for Oakland. Because he would be some 7-8 batters away. Joey Califoot leads off the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-2 Oakland leads in the bottom of the 8th against Boise. 6 outs to get. 3 on the timer. Pitch is a strike from Lambert. 0-1. Both teams out of challenges here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Doesn't even feel like a Pioneer League game at this point. 3-2 in the 8th. You kidding me? This feels like Major League Baseball. Lambert's been throwing Major League heat. He just threw 92. His 0-1 pitch is hit back up the middle, past Harris and into center, tying run aboard for Boise. That was 93 from Lambert, but it was right down the middle. So Califoot's first hit of the day, and Lambert certainly has to be better now against this middle of the order as Califoot reaches on the single, brings up Taylor Darden, who's 0 for 3. And a change will be made here for Boise. Pitch running is Paul Myro IV, who I thought was injured. I don't know. Either way, he hasn't played since Tuesday. So Paul Myro at first. He is the tying run. That gets some speed over there instead of Califoot, who's not the fleetest of foot. Myro, on the other hand, has stolen 8 bases this year. Do they test Lambo, and do they test Lozano, who threw out Marcello, stealing third yesterday? Here's Darden, the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch is a ball low, 1-0. 3-2, Oakland leads. 3-hitter Darden at the plate is 0 for 3 today. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. The runner on first is the pinch runner, Myro, who takes his lead. Righty-righty battle. Lambert with 5 on the timer needs to come set. He does with 3, with 2, with 1. Kicks, goes just in time. Ground ball into and out of his glove. Only plays to first. He'll flip it there, and the Ballers catch a break as Myro reaches second on the comebacker. Nice job by Lambo, should be said, to field his position there. Jim Diedrich will come out to talk to his righty pitcher with the tying run now in scoring position. Bruce Valentine as well, just to make sure that Lambo is not hurt. Let's see what his face reads. He's talking with Jim. It looks like he and Jim Diedrich, his pitching coach, are just chatting a bit. Just a standard checkup. Bruce Valentine, athletic trainer, also out. They'll both make the quick trip back to the Oakland dugout on the third base side. Lambo's good to go. 1 out. Here is Max Jung-Goldberg. He is 0 for 3 today, but this is the Pioneer League leader in RBI. If anyone's going to tie this game for Boise, it would be him. Although it's been the bottom of the order that's been the most productive today. They've scored the 2 runs. It's the top of the order that has this Boise team as the second best or third best offense by some accounts in the league. Jung-Goldberg takes the first pitch, ball low, 1-0. Left-handed hitter facing the righty pitcher Lambert. Jung-Goldberg, fly out, ground out, strikeout today. Runner at second is Myro, the pinch runner, with 1 out, 3-2 Ballers lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. 6 on the timer. Lambert, the righty, looks towards second base and fires inside. Almost hit Jung-Goldberg, 2-0. With an open base at first, you don't blame Lambert if he wants to pitch around Jung-Goldberg here. He just can't groove it. You can't put one in the wheelhouse of a man who has 12 bombs, second most, tied for second in the league. 2-0 count, 4 on the timer. Lambert delivers. Jung-Goldberg swings and dribbles it slowly to first, foul, 2-1. That's a great pitch from Lambert. Jung-Goldberg wanting to hit, swung at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball low and away. That was off the plate. Jung-Goldberg, Redwood City, California. He's from the Bay. He went to Palo Alto High School. And he has been rock solid for Boise this series. Walk-off 3-run homer against Sully on Tuesday. 6 RBI in the series. 2-1 count to the lefty. He takes low and in, 3-1. Good pitch there from Lambert, but no chase. Now the bugaboo, if you walk him, is that Jung-Goldberg would be the tying run then, or the go-ahead run, I should say, and he would be on base. 5 on the timer. 3-1 is next. Hitters count for Jung-Goldberg, and he takes low. No challenges left for Oakland. A missed call by the home plate umpire at the bottom of the zone. Puts Jung-Goldberg at first base. No challenges left for Oakland. And you got to take better care of your challenges, really both teams. That was that's one of them where you probably challenged 3-1 late in the game, 8th inning. Instead, the lack of challenges here as Ballers went 0 for 3 today on challenges. It hurts Oakland as Jung-Goldberg works the walk. First time he's reached today, and now it's Jeremy Begora with 2 on and 1 out. Hawks have the go-ahead run aboard here in the 8th. First pitch. Begora swings and misses late at 93. 0-1. 2 on, 1 out. Myro and Jung-Goldberg, the runners. And Lambo just blew a 93-mile-an-hour heater by Begora. What does he go with here? Right back to the well? You bet. 94, no chance for Begora. And that one was right down the middle. Lambert can waste a pitch here. And with his wild pitch that he threw in the 7th, I would not expect slider. He could go with it here, though. 5 on the timer. 0-2 pitch to the righty Begora. Swung on, fouled off. He went fastball again, 94 inside. That was still in the zone, a little bit too close for comfort. Begora is 0 for 3 today. Entered on a 4-game hit streak. 372 hitter in 20 games. He's already accumulated 21 RBI. And the tying run for Boise on second in Myro here in the bottom of the 8th. Another 0-2 is next from Lambeau. Wave and a miss, strike 3. He goes with 95 at the bottom of the zone for out number 2. That is big league heat from Carson Lambert. Next is J.C. Santini. Does Aaron Miles decide to go to Sullivan here? Lambert has recorded 3 outs, 1 to end the 7th. A ground out, then a ground out, a comebacker right back to him, and then a strikeout of Begora. It appears that Lambert will stay in to face J.C. Santini, who's 1 for 3 today, the catcher for Boise, hitting with the tying run at second. The pitch clock expires right as the ball is popped up right side. Almanza ranging into foul ground. He wants to grab it. He'll have no chance. It's way out of play. Nothing in 1. Santini, just 8 RBI on the air, but has RBI doubles the last 2 days. 3-2, Oakland leads, and a nail-biter here at Memorial Stadium in Boise, Idaho. The runners are Myro and Young Goldberg with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch from Lambert. Santini swings late. The fastball at 94. Lambeau's got plenty of juice. Does he have one more swing and miss in him? This is a huge pitch in this game, and the Ballers' playoff hopes for the first half. Lambert set, looks back to second. The righty lifts and fires. It's a pop-up right side. Almanza is there, and he makes the catch while trapezing into foul ground for out number 3. Lambeau goes an inning and a third scoreless to keep Oakland in front. It's 3-2 Ballers as we go to the 9th here from Boise on 860 AM The Answer. It's here, the 9th inning. It's 3-2 Oakland. Ballers trying to add more against the Boise Hawks, but they'll have to face their reliable reliever, Cheney Trout, who is the 6th pitcher for Boise today. A 1-run lead for Oakland in the 9th. Can they get some insurance against Trout? I'm Nevada Cullen. Vince is in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Thank you for tuning in on your Saturday night. Cheney Trout, Wednesday against Oakland. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks. Allowed a Lou Helmick 3-run triple in the 9th. Helmick was the last out, and he will likely not come up here in the 9th inning. First earned runs allowed in 2025. Last time out for Cheney Trout. Had 17 scoreless outings before that. The righty comes in for Mason Dillo, who went 2/3 of an inning, gave up a strikeout, or struck a batter out, did not give up a hit, a run, or a walk. And here is Dylan Tatum. First pitch hack popped up. Right side, maybe playable for Begora, the first baseman. He's got room. He made the catch, and Tatum is retired for the first time today. He had walked in the first 3 plate appearances. So that brings up Tyler Lozano with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Looking ahead, it's the bottom of the order for Boise, which has produced both their runs today. Jake Jelly is up second. He had a game-tying 2-run homer in the 5th. They will face Connor Sullivan, who blew a lead on Tuesday but is the league leader in saves. Trout against Lozano here in the top of the 9th. 1 out, base is empty. First pitch, Lozano takes a strike. 0-1. Inside corner from Trout. 1.5 ERA. Not related to Mike. Cheney Trout, 19th appearance, 18 innings, 1 save, 14 hits. Lozano takes low, ball 1. 4 walks, 9 strikeouts for Trout. He's a submariner. He's a right-handed submariner. He has a knuckleball as well, just like his good friend Hughes, who started this game. Lozano tees off left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is out of here. An insurance blast from Tyler Lozano off the submarining Cheney Trout, and it's 4-2 Oakland in the 9th. Lozano says that Dylan Tatum is not the only Stockton native catcher that can go yard in this series. He gets his 2nd homer of the year. The second-year baller makes it 4-2. What a big blow from Lozano. He got every bit of it and hooked it inside the left field foul pole. It's 4-2. And now outside, a strike on Cobb, 0-1. Tilo with the mammoth blast, 101 off the bat. That was a 64-mile-an-hour pitch from Trout. And Lozano tattooed it. Pitch low and in on Cobb. 392 feet to left field for Lozano at a launch angle of 32 degrees. What a big swing from Tilo, his first hit of this game to push his hit streak to 4. 1-1, bounced slowly to first base, picked up by Bagora, and he gets Cobb out. 3 unassisted. What a huge run that is for Oakland, because now Connor Sullivan, who did blow the save on Tuesday, just gets that extra bit of protection. He can attack these hitters and not have to fear a solo shot tying the game. Here is Isai Santos, who was pinch hit for by Monteith in the 7th. Santos back in to face a righty in Trout. Santos is 0 for 3, though, today. First pitch with 2 outs is a strike, 0-1. Ballers lead 4-2 in the top of the 9th. After the Lozano home run off of a righty, he broke the curse. Tilo was really frustrated. I talked to him about his lack of hitting against righties, and he hits lefties much better, but this time he gets a submarine throwing righty and takes him yard. 0-1. Santos takes just off the plate for ball 1. It did look good. It was, however, a correctly called ball. 2 outs in the inning. Bases empty for Santos. Baller's up 4-2 in the top of the 9th with 1 out. Santos swings and powers one in the sky to medium deep left field. Jelly is there. He'll be up second in the 9th, and he makes the catch to end the top of the 9th inning. But Oakland gets an insurance run. A Tyler Lozano homer to left. The 3rd homer of the game for Oakland has them up 2. It's 4-2 Ballers. It's Sully time. Enter the Slim Reaper in the bottom of the 9th inning, trying to lock down his 8th save when you return on 860 AM The Answer. Let's do this. Bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 4-2 Oakland lead as they look for their 4th straight win and a series victory over the Boise Hawks. Who would they turn to in the 9th but Connor Sullivan? Sully, it has to be said, his confidence was shaken on Tuesday. Sully gave up a walk-off 3-run homer to Max Young-Goldberg in a 4-run 9th inning. Boise walked it off, and the Hawks won 14-3 in Game 1. But yesterday, Sully pitched a scoreless 9th inning. Sully faced the meat of the order, exercising his demons, getting Young-Goldberg out, although it was hit sharply, and then striking out Begora to end the game. Here he is in the bottom of the 9th, replacing Carson Lambert, 3 outs to get for a 4th straight win. First pitch, late, swing and a miss from Underwood, who has reached an every time today. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a walk. We got a baby crying right here, or at least making some silly noises. Kind of, it's funny, pitch inside, 1-1, almost reminding us that baseball is just a game in this moment, calming down our nerves. But it's 1-1 now on Underwood, the lefty. The righty, Sully, from the wind, comes home. Gets a ground ball foul, 1-2. Sully, the league leader in saves with 7. 2.08 ERA this season, 0-1 record. His 17th appearance, 7 saves, 17 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 walks, 17 strikeouts. Enters for Lambert, who pitched an inning and a third of masterful baseball, allowing just 1 hit and 1 walk, did not allow a run against some of the toughest hitters in this Boise order. 7 on the timer. Sully's 1-2 pitch is waved on and missed. 1 down. A strikeout to start the 9th for Sully as Underwood is retired for the first time today. And Sully goes upstairs with a fastball at 90 miles an hour, and he is 2 outs away from his league-leading 8th save. But he's got to get through Jake Jelly. He gets the important first out of Underwood, and Jelly, who already has a homer today, a 2-run game-tying shot in the 5th, is at the plate. Righty-righty battle. Swing and a miss. Got him with the hook. That slider from Sully. 0-1. Jelly, it's so important that the ballers are not facing him as the tying run, because boy does he have a fear factor about him. 3 homers in the series. 6 on the pitch clock. And Sully gets another rip and a miss. 92. Sully is locked in. Ballers lead 4-2. Bottom of the 9th. 1 out. A 4th straight win is possible for Oakland. And we'll talk about it more in the postgame show. So is first place. They could move into a tie for first with Missoula if they can hold on. 6 on the timer. Sully from the wind. 0-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. The slider, the wipeout slider, gets Jelly for out number 2. 2 up, 2 Ks for Connor Sullivan. And the Slim Reaper is 1 out away from eliminating the Boise Hawks on this Saturday. Sully against Lee, who is 0 for 3. Just kidding. It's his old teammate, Colton Horner, at the plate. The pinch hitter takes high and away, 1-0. What a spot this is for the former Oakland baller, hitting for Jalen Lee. Colton Horner, if you look back to Wednesday's game, his first appearance since May after being activated from the IL, went 2 for 4 with an RBI and a double. He knows Sully. 4 on the timer. Swing and a miss, 0-2. He didn't catch him as much as Tilo because Horner was hurt around the time when Sully joined the team at the end of the year. But Horner, the former baller, is the last hope for Boise here in Game 5. The 0-2 from Sully. Outside, 1-2. Wasted a fastball there. Horner, the 27-year-old from Turlock, California. Bay Area guy. The former Oakland baller. The righty stands in. The righty Sully peers in from behind the glove. 5 seconds left on the timer. His pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Sully doesn't even know it's strike 3. The game is not over? What? I thought that was strike 3. I jumped the gun. Well, how do you do? It's 2-2. 9 on the timer. 2-2 count. Sully will try it again. His pitch. Outside, 3-2. Horner is 1 pitch away from getting on to bring the tying run to the plate in the leadoff man, Marcello, here in the 9th. 4-2. Oakland leads. 2 outs. 3-2 pitch on its way from Sully. Outside and low, and a little bit of drama here in the 9th as the former baller Horner walks and will likely be replaced by a pinch runner. It is Bryson Vaughn who will pinch run for Horner.
What's Ballers baseball without a little bit of drama? Tying run at the plate, Noah Marcello. He is 1 for 4 today. The Pioneer League hitter of the week, now on a 27-game hit streak after a 5th-inning single. The first pitch to him from Silly is outside for a strike, 0-1. He's got no challenges left, and that one grabbed the outside corner. The fans don't like it, but it's a good call from the home plate umpire. Runner at first is now Vaughn, who participated in the home run derby pregame. Ballers lead 4-2 in the 9th. And Marcello takes an ugly-looking swing for strike 2. He got the slider, and he was fooled badly. And again, I thought the game was over with Horner. This time it truly is just one more pitch that Sully needs to strike out Noah Marcello. Righty-righty battle. 6 on the timer from the stretch. Sully delivers. He got him! The slider wipes out Marcello. Sully strikes out the side in the 9th, and the Ballers win 4-2. Their 4th straight win to maybe jump into a tie for first once more in the Pioneer League. Sully locks down save number 8, the most in the Pioneer League. And Oakland holds on with a 4-2 victory here in Boise. Time for the post-game show here on 860 AM The Answer. We'll be right back here from Memorial Stadium. Another fantastic audio recap by our very own Vince in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Welcome to the post-game show. I'm Nevada Cohen. A 4-2 Oakland victory over Boise, a 4th straight win for the Ballers. Let's talk about how it happened and what it means on another brief post-game show, because we got more fireworks. I didn't even know it. You're in Memorial Stadium, so we got to breeze through it. So what happened today for the Oakland Ballers? Thanks for all of you who tuned in, by the way, on your Saturday night. This was a baseball game. We finished with no challenges remaining for either team, and it was baseball at its finest. Oakland scores first in the top of the 2nd inning, a sac fly by Lou Helmick. Then in the 4th, Christian Almanza, a solo laser, 108 miles an hour off the bat, 408 feet to right field, a low liner at just 23 degrees, and launched for Almanza's 10th home run of the season. Moves into the team tie with Druick and Tatum for first. So 2-0 after 4 for Oakland, but then in the 5th, Boise strikes a leadoff single by Underwood. Then Jake Jelly, his 3rd homer of the series, a 2-run bomb ties the game. But Oakland responds in the top of the 7th inning. The first batter, Tremaine Cobb Jr., on 110 mile an hour, 422-foot bomb to left field to give Oakland a 3-2 lead. The go-ahead, eventually game-winning shot by Tremaine Cobb Jr. and just his 2nd pro home run. And then how about Noah Milliken? Goes 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. But with the tying run on in the 7th, it's Carson Lambert who enters and gets the ground out of Marcelo. Then in the 8th, Lambert, a single and a walk allowed, but he gets the strikeout and the pop out to end it. Really nice job by Lambo to get the hold in this game. We go to the 9th, Tyler Lozano with 1 out in the inning. Tatum retired for what felt like the first time all series with a pop out. But Tilo says, "Don't worry, bro, I got you." Loops a homer to left field, 101 off the bat. Nothing too bad right there. 392 feet just inside the foul pole, called fair by the 3rd base umpire. And Lozano made it 4-2. Connor Sullivan would not even need the insurance run. Allowed a 2-out walk to Colton Horner, but in the end, Sully strikes out the side of the 9th to pick up his league-leading 8th save of the year. That's a new franchise record for the Ballers, and he does it in just 1/2. 7 was the total for Chandler David and Carson Lambert last year. So now Sully has set a Ballers single-season record with 8 saves this year. The Ballers, 4 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors today. Boise, 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors. The win goes to Noah Milliken, his first pro win, and the loss to Gilmore, Brady Gilmore with his first pro loss. 7:24 game time start, local time, 10:04 finish, time of 2 hours and 40 minutes on this Saturday night, 85 and sunny, clear skies here in Boise. The Hawks fall for the 4th straight time. They're now 20-15, falling fast out of the race for the top 2 spots in the Pioneer League. Meanwhile, Oakland has won 4 in a row. They are now 25-10. That is 15 games better than 500. And I've got some scores for you for around Pioneer League baseball as we wrap up this post-game show after a 4-2 Oakland win. How about the Grand Junction Jackalopes, who are just 2 outs away from maybe a doubleheader sweep of the Idaho Falls Chuckers. They'll probably blow that, but maybe they won't, and that would be really cool because Idaho Falls entered today in 3rd. And then how about Great Falls? Looks like they could end up winning all 6 or 5 of the 6 at least at Glacier. They won 8-5 today. But I've got 2 more scores for you. Actually, Ogden wins 19-15 against Northern Colorado, so the Raptors are back into the playoff race. But Rocky Mountain leads Yuba Sutter 7-2 in the top of the 7th. That would be a crucial win for Rocky Mountain in their playoff race. They play Oakland for 12 next. And how about the Billings Mustangs, y'all? 15-3 over Missoula in the top of the 9th. Just 3 outs away from a huge blowout win over the Missoula Paddleheads. And what would that mean? Now let's talk about the Pioneer League standings real quick as we wrap up this postgame show once and for all. The Ballers with the win, 25-10. A Missoula loss would mean Oakland is tied for first in the Pioneer League. Yes, Missoula has the tiebreaker, so Oakland's still technically second. But that means the Ballers still have a shot at that number 1 seed in the Pioneer League playoffs when it's all said and done. That would be incredible. Ballers have won 8 of their last 10, 4 in a row, and they clinched the series against the Boise Hawks. Meanwhile, Idaho Falls sits a game and a half back of Oakland and might just lose again. And Yuba Sutter, 2.5 back of first, but 2 games back of Oakland, and they're losing. And Rocky Mountain, they'll actually maintain their spot behind Oakland. They're 3.5 back now. They'll be 3 games back of Oakland by night's end. If they hold on, Boise, meanwhile, is now 5 games back of Oakland in second. So things are looking up for Oakland, but there's still one more game of this series to go as the Ballers win this one 4-2 in Boise. That'll do it for us here on the post-game show. That does it for today's broadcast here from Boise, Idaho. Our final score, Ballers 4, Hawks 2, a final in 9 innings. Big thanks to those who helped make the broadcast possible, including Ballers co-founders Paul Friedman and Brian Carmel, Ballers assistant general manager Tyler Peterson, social media manager Isabella Haberman, Brandon Colthurst, and Vince back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Also, big thanks to you, the listener. We'll have more baseball coming up. Our coverage of Sunday's Game 6 of the 6-game series will start at noon pack time. Let me confirm that. Yes, it will be noon pack time start on the coverage on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. We hope that you can join us. Again, our final score, 4-2 Ballers win their 4th in a row against the Boise Hawks. I'm Nevada Cohen saying so long, and thanks for listening to Oakland Ballers Baseball. We got it in just before the fireworks show on 860 AM The Answer.